mental health experts call toxic masculinity.
Research found the underlying cause for could-be masculinity content culture.
Toxic masculinity, we've sort of heard this phrase popping up. The phrase has gained a lot of attention recently, especially with the Me Too movement.
It's showtime.
I'm no godless Tommy. I fought the Star-Spangled Banner.
You bring the cavalry?
Woman, I am the cavalry.
They are my people. I am their sovereign. I love them.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Not.
Stick around.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Masculine Mondays, episode 39. We're talking about The Replacements, a 2000 film with a whole lot of 2000s music that is just all over the bloody place, ups and downs, fun times, jokes, and some interesting moments. But we're here to talk about the masculinity in cinema. If you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up, like the channel, subscribe. It's free. I do appreciate it very much. And if you're watching this in a replay, go ahead and drop a comment. Tell me what you thought about the movie. Tell me what you thought about some characters. If you enjoyed the masculinity aspect, of course, and appreciate everyone here. Shout out to Leon Idol for the earlier raid. And he might be joining us later after he cooks, I'm sure, some sort of steak and gets that protein intake, and then can maybe chat with us if we're still going. It's going to be probably the most masculine this stream has ever been, perhaps, maybe, with just Goodwin and I here. So we might have a couple
it's really
stragglers.
no dilution right now.
Right.
that may be affected later. We can't tell.
We shall see. But, we may have some replacements coming to our own. Who knows? But
we're going on strike, baby. We're going
on strike, guys. If you are new here, like I said, there's a link in the description below that talks about why masculinity in cinema is important. Now, it's a precursor to the shows that are every Monday night where we talk about a new movie and we discuss the characters, the scenes, themes, reflections. We apply a rating that discusses the affirmation, inspiration, and aspiration, and what makes them masculine. Do they achieve a certain level in tier, or do they just kind of miss the mark entirely? Sometimes we include some femininity because you can't have full masculinity without some femininity, and this movie does have a female character. Yeah,
we got a couple.
Yeah. A couple of females in this movie, perhaps. That
the tight end suddenly becomes a badass after he hooks up.
Yeah, exactly. Some ladies slapping their asses and so forth, and I got some interesting hand gestures.
She does sign language, the international language,
right? That even a deaf man can understand. So these dancers know exactly how to get down, and surely some replacement players that deserve attention and love too. So. Yeah. Before we dive into it, we're going to say what's up to the wonderful people that have tuned in from, again, Mr. Leon Idol here. So shout out to him. And Mr. Melancholy came over here. We've got, I'm going to botch your name, my dude. I'm so sorry. Gao Kairman? I feel like that's, I have a clip that's kind of just reminds me of what I'm trying to say here. And again, I apologize if I'm botching it, but I'm just going to say it's probably something like this, right? Nandeska!
Yeah.
That's one of the small clips that doesn't have any music in it, even because they start singing "I will survive" in the freaking jail cell. So
yeah, and sadly, it's not just them, but they're also underlaying it with Gloria Gaynor. So
yeah, exactly. Then we have the actual music. So it's like great, cool. I can't clip that either. Wonderful. But glad to see you here, bud. Jim Bug loves you. Good to see you here as well. PK, the one and only. Miss Sinavir is making some food. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good one as well. Hope you have some good din. Of course, now we're waiting for Waylon to get here, obviously, and because we don't want to be too late and gay, because Leanne was early, which sometimes is a good thing, I suppose. Not always a good thing, right?
You have to ask the ladies.
Right. Speaking of ladies, hello, Miss Ribble Rose. How are you doing? And then, of course, Molly, how are you, dear? Good to see you here. I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but I did anyway.
Oh.
And of course, another wonderful, lovely lady, the lovely Sherry,
Yeah.
bundled up because it is cold AF out. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well with this winter storm. Not to in a little side tangent here, but if you know who I am, then you know that I reside here in the Sunshine State in Florida. And listen, it got cold. It got cold here. It was felt like 9 degrees Saturday night to Sunday, which was nice. I had the windows open the last 2 nights. Actually, wait, Sunday night and Saturday night. Yeah, I just wanted to embrace it and not be a punk.
It's invigorating.
It actually really was. It was probably some of the best sleep I think I've had in a long time.
Oh, hell yeah. Cold air is the best sleep you'll get.
I breathed so clear and well, and I woke up and I'm like, I don't know why I feel like like those those baby. I forget which country that does that, but they'll take their baby and they'll just put them in the snow, all bundled up, and I'm like, that's kind of how I felt. And I came out, I'm just like, oh man, like I'm ready to take the day on. So, good to see you here, Sherry. What's up, EB? How you doing? That's how I've been saying it in my head. Okay, gotcha. I'm not the only one. I appreciate that. I just passed. I saw Rio. Rio, how are you? I can't find your chat, but good to see you here, my buddy. And Salty, how you doing, dude? Grandkids rule. Grandson given a choice between a checkered scarf and a rainbow scarf. Deadeye snatched the checkered one and said, "Rainbow."
Perfect. See, that's just good raising.
100%. Working on an essay that's due at midnight, so going to be lurking for now. Oh, what's the essay on? Curious.
Football is a crypto-fascist metaphor for nuclear war.
Right. Yes. If I'm going to proofread. Actually, no, I can't proofread. I'm going to be streaming here. But good luck on your essay, man. I know how that crunch time works when I was in college writing essays. Scooby, how you doing, Scooby?
Scoobs.
We're spreading democracy last Thursday night with Scooby.
Nice.
She was a noob in Helldivers, but we took her up at difficulty 8 out of 10, and breaking her in the nice way. Yeah, no, phrasing. But no, she did great job. So definitely gonna be fun playing more as well. So good to see you here, Molly. Molly, wow, Molly. I just saw your name here. That's why I said it. Good to see you here as well, Scooby. Hope you're having a great Monday. And quick shout out to the Pumpkinhead self-reflection.
Yeah, he's calling out Waylon. Waylon's got to write a stupid self-reflection essay for philosophy.
Snow babies. Yeah, heard of snow bunnies. There might be some snow bunnies in this movie. Who knows? But the replacements. Not that we talk a lot about the box office and all that kind of stuff. But this one was kind of interesting. I just kind of happened to take a gander at it, and I think it cost $50 million to make, and it made like $51 million in the box office. So,
well, I mean, according to Predator Badlands fans, then it made money. So,
right, I was like, according to a lot of the movies that have come in the last 5 years, that is a positive movie. Yeah, that is something
So why not a sequel?
It's funny. I thought of that too. I'm like, if this was Variety, they'd be like, oh, Replacements, fantastic movie, did so well. We need a sequel, stat.
Well, no, they would be. This is toxic masculinity and everything wrong with society today.
That's true. There's too much bromance. The bar fight. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Toxic masculinity.
And the women. They're just treated as sex objects.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we saw one who's not going to win a spelling contest.
That's true. Yeah. It's good at other things though, like shouting and.
Yes, she had other talents.
Yeah, that's 100% sure. What's up, Soul Assassin? How you doing, bud? Definitely one of Keanu's best films.
I'd agree with that, actually.
I think you're right, man. Like, I definitely enjoyed his role in this, ironically. So
Yeah, it's one of the least Keanu as Keanu movies. He's not, looking confused and what, or just being an idiot or something. I mean, he's chill, but he's also, when there's moments where he has drive, and is fired up, you get it from him, right? He has command of when he needs to be in charge.
Yeah, 100%. And it's I agree. Keanu just works as a jock. He definitely fits into the whole quarterback team leader type of role, right? And again, I think this is probably one of those movies where it's like, I'd say this movie, Speed, and the first John Wick movie are probably like definitely like his top 5 best movies.
Yeah, Private Idaho is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What was oh my god, what was the surfing one? I'm totally.
Oh,
blanking.
it's with Swayze.
Yeah, that one's all right. I don't mind that too much. It's been a while since I've seen that too. Keanu complained in an interview that the name Shane Falco sounded too movie. Oh, dude, it sounds overly fake. Point Break. Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach. It's good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, because I always get it confused with Vanishing Point.
Same,
And I'm
yeah.
like, no, that's not it. No, he's not driving a Challenger into.
Thank you, guys. That's up, Grave. How you doing? Yeah, I was like, I totally just drew a blank here. But I enjoy that movie. But like I said, it has been a while since I've seen it. But Johnny Mnemonic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, again, the problem is it kind of plays Keanu in that one. It's annoying because he shouldn't.
Yeah, he should definitely be, like Shane Falco here. The Matrix is the best Keanu movie. I mean, listen, I do love the first Matrix movie, but that one is.
It's one of the best movies he's in. It's not the best acting he's done.
No 47 Ronin.
Yeah.
Stop it. Don't torture us like that.
What?
What? But it's funny because you hear these lines in this. What, Whelan? You like 47 Ronin? I feel like you would say like trash movie. You could like it, right? But obviously you might think objectively like it's not good. But I'll wait for you to comment on that. I will say like, there's a moment after the bar cheer, the toast, where they salute to Falco, and he's like, "Thanks."
Yeah, that
thanks
one's
a lot.
Yeah, that one's a bit more. Oh no,
no,
you needed emotion, but instead you did you.
Yeah, I'm back. It's like, man, I just hear John Wick before John Wick was even a thing.
I'm thinking I'm back.
I'm thinking I'm back. Guilty pleasure movie. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Fun fact: Keanu was an OHL prospect. Yeah, I do know that. I know he's a big hockey fan. So, which I guess would have I feel like he would have been an ideal hockey player because, not that hockey players don't know how to give good interviews, but majority of sports players don't have to speak that often, right? Unless you're like, a star to some extent, like you don't have to speak a lot. And I feel like that's something that Keanu probably would have thrived in. Like, Keanu, you had a great game today, great hat trick, and just tell us what you thought about your last goal that you got to get the game winning goal. Yeah, it was good. I was open and I just shot the puck and it went in. Like, what I'm saying? Like that's all it would have to be, and he would just nail it. Be like, ugh, Keanu, man.
He's so chill. No,
Yeah,
I think he's
exactly.
heavily sedated all the time.
Yeah. Is he drinking during intermissions or what? So I think who knows? Does he have any acting that could allow for the word best?
I mean, at least worst.
Yeah.
Best looking girl in Leper Colony.
Right. Are we watching Primal season 3? Just kidding.
Oh God.
Not today. If anything beats Keanu's British accent and Bram Stoker's, I gotta see it to believe it.
Oh, I mean that's peak fire right there. It's
Right. Good to see you, Jakotas. So next meetup, all we do is So next meetup, we all do a choreographed dance and a holding cell neck.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, yeah. Listen, there's like a town hall at MegaCon, so who knows, but could definitely.
I don't know who's making our bail, but
yeah, it could definitely happen. You never know. A non-jail set would be fine. Maybe Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures is best acting.
I think that's the truest Keanu.
Whoa.
Yes. No way.
No way. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creamage, what's going on, dude? How you doing, man? Good
That
to
and
see you.
maybe Parenthood.
Parenthood.
Where he's the complete airhead who gets the girl pregnant and then, but I'm going to try. I mean, this sincere,
Yeah.
but not especially bright guy.
100%. 100%. Anyway, it's going to, I am an NFL player.
Yeah.
But the funny thing too about this movie that I kind of forgot about is that he mentions he's had 3 concussions. So I'm like, and listen,
In one game.
and in one game, right? And I was like, I got flashed by something. I'm like, holy shit, this is Tua Tagovailoa, or as I like to call him, Tua turned the ball over.
Yeah.
Being a Miami Dolphins fan, an OG one since the Dan Marino era, and yes, I've suffered for a long time. But there was again, I don't know how much truth there is, and this is somewhat related because earlier today I was scrolling through X and I see this post that talks about Tua getting dropped from the Miami Dolphins.
Mhm.
And but there's like a huge cap issue with him because they overpaid him,
Yeah.
gruesomely.
When they did the contract, I was like,
Yeah.
you really should have not done that.
And I haven't seen major outlets report it yet. Like I haven't seen it like on Pat McAfee show or ESPN or anywhere else. But I'm like I could believe this happening because of the best way to do it. And the idea of and the backstory of Shane Falco here, and him running, and they call him Footsteps Falco.
Mm-hmm.
Is because all he does is scrambles and he gets sacked, he gets hit, right? He fumbles the ball. And I'm like, oh my God, this is Tua. This is an actual like fictionary story, but Tua is like the real life Shane Falco, which, look, Tua had a great college career.
Been
for
a
the
lot
most
of
part.
college quarterbacks that had that issue that
Right. And
either they couldn't throw or they didn't want to, and so their natural instinct was pull the ball down and run, and generally didn't end well for them.
Why
He's waitery.
say what
What? No, waitery.
Wait, yeah.
Waitery. Oh yeah, Gord does have a point. If Tua gets dropped from the team, he's probably still going to get a concussion.
What's up, Boosh? How you doing, buddy? I agree, Gord. He'll get a concussion walking around his house. I'd imagine. Prophetic, how you doing, buddy? I played football. Can't stay. Have a good one as well, dude. Hope you're doing well, man.
At
least I'm not a Jets fan, though.
Oh God. I'm hoping the prophetic is referring to a comedian from the 80s. It was a guy who came out and he was a bit of a prop comic, but he basically did like this entire routine about a football game, and they're doing the intros or whatever, and it's like the college all-stars kind of thing or whatever, and then he switched to PSA, and so the PSA was hi. I'm in the MFL, the motherfucker. No, the NFL. He's there for oh God, what is it? UNICEF.
Okay.
And it's not a unicorn, it's a UNICEF. It's a man with a Peter John coming out of his forehead, and they need your money desperately to buy hats.
Yes. So the fat dude from Not Another Teen Movie who has a concussion counter at every game. Yeah. Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah. So prophetic.
Nice.
I got a buddy who actually used to do stand up with that guy, and the comedian ended up getting born again, and so he removed like all the dirty stuff or whatever, but he still does parts of that routine. It's just much less controversial than it was at the time.
I was trying to see what were you talking about? His act. Okay, so what Molly and Drew Guns were talking about. Okay. Yeah, not to get in too much on the actual NFL, but I just kind of just seeing these similarities between Shane Falco here and again, like Tua is just, I don't know. It just kind of annoyed me. It's like, I'm not annoyed by Shane Falco because at least she got better every game. Whereas, Tua didn't. And then, it's,
you had McDaniel's
concussion.
1 year of look, I love you and I care for you and all that stuff, which is great after you have a hard ass coach for a year. And then that team goes to shit. And oh, look, that's exactly what happened.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It was very disappointing, but who knows? And I think this is interesting too because of the owner that rehires, Coach McGinty, played by Gene Hackman here. He's like, I've already been fired by him once, because that's what happens, right? Like, owners, have we'll call it a change of heart, and they decide to fire the GM, fire the coach, offensive, defensive coordinator, whoever it is, right? And because they try to find some way to win the game, and obviously, like, there have been real strikes in various sports: football, baseball, hockey, basketball, right? So
this is actually based off of the story of was it 85 or 87 strike where they brought in scabs, and then
I think it was 87. Yeah.
And then they had different players crossing the line at different times.
Yeah, which is really interesting. It's like, well, the game must go on, but when you're complaining about the the money, and obviously, I think it is egregious how some of these players get paid. I mean,
yeah, look at the numbers that they're talking about in this versus what we're talking about now.
Like a guy who wants a guy wants $8 million because he's making $7 million, and I'm just like, yeah, and
the quarterback's like, I'm the one that's making $5 million a year, and I was like, dude, you ain't even on special teams in the NFL now.
Bye, Scoobs. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
Later, Scooby.
Oh, I'm a son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm a son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm a son of a bitch.
Bang.
Son of a bitch. Oh, I'm a son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Stop.
The man has a Porsche and a soul patch. You absolutely should be kicking his ass.
Yeah, he deserved that. That deserved every bullet.
Yeah,
dude, that's what I'm saying. And like, I get it for football players that it is a physical sport that is demanding of your body, right? Same thing with like hockey, and hockey players get underpaid. In my opinion, I understand the game doesn't. It's still growing, and the salary cap is starting to go up more. Players are getting paid more, which I'm happy for, because they'll put their soul on the line to win the Stanley Cup. And there are some obviously I think we discussed maybe last year. We were talking about, like, remember the Titans, and going over some NFL clips of like players getting like absolutely brutally hit, or players that will take hits and still play the game, right? You get people that
concussion protocol. What's that?
Yeah, I'm like, it's like, oh, go in the blue tent. It's like, blue tent.
No.
We didn't have blue tents back in even the year 2000. It was just like, can you see forward? Yeah, cool. All right, get back on the field. Run. The routes. Run them.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Troy Aikman in a NFC Championship game. When they won, and every 5 minutes he would ask people if they won or not, because he was so concussed. He doesn't remember any of the game. He's watched it, sense, but he
Right.
has no memory of it. And I don't think he was hit like close to the end of the first half. And he just
I remember
forgot
that.
what happened before and what happened after, but still managed to throw it all. That was just, it's like you're on autopilot, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I remember the plays, the calls, throw the ball. It's like instincts at that point.
Yeah, I mean, his brain does. Sadly, it's not storing it for
Right.
memory and review later. Yeah, he's just
Right.
kind of operating in moment.
Yeah, it's just right in that second, right in that moment. Okay, here's the play, call the play, throw the ball or whatever, is hand it off to Emmett, and then just kind of go from there. But yeah, in
you see 88 and 22. There you go. Maybe
exactly
84 occasionally.
Right. I like how chill the assistant coach was after the guys shot the car and with firearms. Please send
No questions asked. He just kind of stands there for a minute. He's like, "Okay, coach, here they're all yours now."
Yep, all yours, coach. All right. Yeah, they like kind of look at each other, like yeah, that was definitely a good moment there. Concussion protocol when I played was walk it off, but don't take longer than 2 rounds.
Rub some dirt on it. You're fine.
Yep. Walk it off.
Yeah.
Walk it off.
They would like give you the call and then make you repeat it. If you could, your ass is back in, you fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless your eyes are like pointing in 2 different directions.
Yeah,
you were fine. Sorry, Blue. You're good, man. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about everything, and just I'm sure people might know if you've been here before, but in case you haven't and you're watching this in a replay, we'll talk about different masculine traits. This is just some of them, not all of them, of course, but just to give you an idea of what we kind of cover and what they mean, how they affect the the characters, of course, and then the AIA rating, which is again affirmation, inspiration, aspiration. We kind of color code it, as a red, yellow, and green. Green meaning they actually achieve such a thing, and yellow means they were there but not quite. And we talk about things in the moment, and again, if there's anything that needs to be changed, then we shall change it. So that being said, let's talk more about as we already have, but we'll talk about our main boy here, Mr. Shane Falco. Again, he is this fallen leader from the Sugar Bowl. And he's on this. He gets an opportunity. He gets this second chance, and that's something we're going to be talking about a lot here is second chances, and because it is definitely one of the main theme of this movie, or one of, I should say. But he is this redeemed captain. He takes accountability. In these moments here that he's able to get back on the field and think about. And it obviously takes courage to do this. He could have easily just stayed on his little boat cleaning carbuncle off of ships and other rich people's toys, I think, as a coach said. But he has, again, he has humility, he has leadership, and he perseveres through it. It's like he's able to take the news that he doesn't want to hear, which is bad news, and not make a scene out of it, and because he believes that he'll have a second chance. That's like a second chance within the second chance, perhaps a second chance inception. Maybe.
I mean, he's always kind of straddling the this is just kind of here and it's a flash in the pan kind of thing, but it's going to go away, and it's why he keeps doing his business and all that. But when towards the end, I either have to be all in or out, and pushes his chips on the table and says, all right, let's do this.
Yeah. He's obviously been defined, like everyone knows him as this public failure, which has shattered his confidence or whatever he had left. And it is understandable for people, especially Falco here, to self-doubt or to have self-doubt and be restrained by some sort of fear of repeating the past, right? And again, that's another scene, which is definitely one of my favorite scenes in the movie, that talks about fear, addressing that fear, and
spiders,
and bees, and insects. Again, it's just this really funny moment, like
bees on the football field, very specifically. All right.
You've got these big guys out there, giant humans, a sumo wrestler afraid of bees and spiders,
Absolutely.
crawling up your arm. Yeah. And then, and then actual quicksand,
Yeah.
Because you'd see quicksand on a football field. Maybe if it was,
Let's be clear. Orlando Jones is not the smartest of the people that we have.
True.
In this film. Yeah.
Very true. God, there wasn't there. I think there was an old animated show where they played football that was like, it was like really brutal. I forgot what it was called. I don't know. I just remind me of. There's like obstacles and like harmful things in there. I could be thinking of something totally different, but
it sounds like the game Speedball,
maybe,
which I used to play.
I didn't even think of something else.
By the way, I just saw that a redo of Speedball just came up on Steam. I haven't played that game since the 90s.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out. I played through Floating Eyes after I speared the running back so hard he took the ambulance right off the field. I told the DN after I got up, "Hey, did you see the butterflies? 0 plays out."
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I was gonna say I don't think I ever got like rocked that hard playing hockey. I mean, there was a couple times where I got checked pretty hard that knocked the wind out of me. Or, you go into the boards and kind of just, you go in shoulder first, but then like the kind of head just like hits the glass. And obviously, thank God I'm wearing helmets, but it definitely rattles your brain. I remember sitting on the bench one time and thinking that I just got to the bench, but it had been like a full shift that had just, gone by. And I was like, I just got like, bro, you were sitting. I was like, oh shit. Okay. I just went back out there. So I don't know. Maybe I had a slight concussion. Who knows? But
I've been knocked out once. I woke up on the way to the ground. I mean, it was just, it was turn off, turn back on. But when I turned on, I was like, oh, I'm no longer able to recover from this position. I'm now horizontal and about to hit.
Is that during sports? Boxing?
Hilariously, it was so when I was in college, we used to have wars between the floors, right? I mean, I was on a floor that was just all athletes, right? Track, football, basketball, all that stuff, right? And we get into it with this other floor, and we were taking laundry bags and stuffing jeans in them and using those as pillows for pillow fights, right? And I had just knocked a couple of people and walked, and there was a guy in an alcove with a full fucking laundry bag full of jeans. And all I saw was him grinning as he was in mid-stroke up, and I got hit and the lights turned off. And then I woke up right as I was hitting the ground and somebody was trying to catch me.
Jeez.
I was like, yeah, I've been boxing, football, all kind. Nope, never knocked out. Fucking alleged pillow fight that we probably would have gotten arrested for assault with a dangerous weapon with. No, that's the one that knocked me out.
That's the one of all things. That's
well, because I did not see him until the last second. It was like, nope, bang, turn out the lights.
Yeah, it's kind of how it happens, right? Hi, Davina, how are you? Hope you are doing well, and good evening to you. I got rocked pretty good playing football a few times. Yeah. There was a good Yogi Bear episode where Yogi went to Chicago to help the Bears play Giants. I think I kind of remember that. And it's been a while though. You're good as long as you don't wake up seeing Smokey looking down and just saying, "You got knocked the
fuck out."
Kudos to you guys. I tried skateboarding once. It was out the moment I crashed. I meant for more delicate hobbies. Yeah. I had a couple bad spills skateboarding when I was younger, but nothing too bad. I've seen some pretty gnarly ones before, but yeah, that's always something I was like, man, I just don't want to go down these like set of stairs and something go bad where like the board hits me right in the nuts, or my head hits the concrete first. I'm like, because anything else, fine. But, those two things, no way. Can't can't be having that. Yes, a pillow fight. Pretty sure it was the Giants' reasons why the Ranger tried to keep newspapers away from Yogi. Okay.
Makes sense. The Bears.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Falco definitely has an interesting arc, because it's not so much that he's trying to do this for glory, right? He's not trying to do this for his ego. This isn't about like, I want to now be called like Falco the Great. He's trying to accept responsibility from his past, and this is an opportunity. Despite some sort of fear that he might have, like when he's on the field and coach comes up and goes, "What you doing?" He's like, just watching the game, right? Like he's thinking about past moments, or thinking about just the game in general. It's like he still loves playing football, but because of his past, he's been resented, and the opportunity for him to go pro slipped through his fingers because of getting blown out in the Sugar Bowl. Which, I mean, look, that it definitely happens in college football sometimes. I mean, it happens in the pros, right? I mean, who knows? We might have this coming Super Bowl where the Seattle Seahawks absolutely blow Gord's New England Patriots out of the water. And I mean, I might be happy about it, but Patriots fans won't, and I'm okay with that. Sorry, Gord, if you're listening, but I mean, I will say, I remember speaking of the Seahawks, it was 2013, 2014 when they played the Denver Broncos, and the Seahawks like absolutely destroyed them, like 40 something to like 7 or whatever it was in the Super Bowl. And I'm like, this is like Peyton Manning was a freaking quarterback. Peyton freaking Manning, and it happens. That's how sports go sometimes.
Well, Denver's used to getting blown the fuck out in the Super Bowl, so
yeah. But so in some cases, when you think of what Shane Falco's had to deal with, and again, it is a very relatable story. But I do think that his growth in this movie, comes when he stops trying to erase his failure and just owns it. He's like, nope, I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna be better. Like, it's
he's decided to be safe. I failed, and then you walk away. No, that's when you become a failure. When you don't learn from failings and mistakes and all that. But I'm done. And then Hackman shows up to give him another shot, and he's not sure if he wants to do that or not. But then it finally gets to him, and I'll try it out. But even then, he's trying to be like half pregnant through some of that, right? I'm going to keep both options open. Oh, I'm not, and his fear of committing to the, hey, it's in your hands. It's going to be on you. And he's just kind of always spit the bit with that. But then you get to the final game where he's like, no, okay, I'm in it to win it. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah. I think about the different wins, the victories that they had, it's like, well, sometimes you just need a bit of luck.
Yeah.
You just
get lucky than good.
Right. Exactly. And, or it's like, he wasn't happy with the outcome of winning, but it's like, hey, look, we won. It's a win's a win, right? It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. Sorry, I had to quote that.
But Hackman is kind of pointing out, no, it does matter, because the what he's doing is giving him. He knows that this is a limited time opportunity for all of these guys that he's always kept track of or whatever. It's like, give them their shot, but you've got to actually go for it. You can't just this is your one and only time. I mean, the running back that gets his knee blown out, at least he got his dream, right? He wanted to score one touchdown.
Yep.
But that committing puts you at risk. Again, I've always kind of had the statement that you really haven't lived a life, and certainly not an adult life, if you haven't both cried in joy and from failure and pain, right?
Yeah.
That you did everything you could, and it just wasn't quite enough. Now, what do you learn from that? You know, if it's just, okay, well, I'm not doing that anymore. Nope. Learn the wrong lesson, son. You know, get better, or at least realize, okay, that I at least know my limit. Don't fuck up and go that far, but also always try to be improved to move that limit, you know, your own personal limit a little further.
Right. No, I absolutely agree. What's up, Shibwall? How you doing, buddy? Working on your oven. Okay.
Dude,
Nice.
what is it? It's appliances suicide
Cleaning?
weekend, I guess, because my washing machine decided to eat itself late Saturday night, and I tore into it and realized, transmission's bad on it, and went and priced it and was like, nope, I think I'll just buy a new one because it's only like $100 more.
Right. Rose, when am I covering Fast and the Furious?
When hell freezes over.
Yeah. There is a new one that's coming like in 2 years, right? So who knows? That'll be
It's
an
about
April
family, you know,
Fool's.
it's my understanding. It's about family.
Right, exactly. You know, it's all about family. So Cannoli, I cried in joy when I first met Goodwin, then I cried in pain when he left me.
I never left you. Can only stop that. I'll be right here.
Always with you. Speaking of always with us, we have our residential Nigel Gruff.
That's actually not bad. I'll go with that. Shit.
How you doing, Blue?
I thought the panel was full. You're like, hey, when I come on, I'm like, oh shit, I'm at the gym. I just rushed home.
He's whitery.
Yeah.
The Blue's a bit whitey.
I'm surprised you picked this film. Yeah, this one of the films where I just didn't think this would be like in your masculine wheelhouse, because I like this film, but just, you know, I think
there's quite a bit of masculinity in this. Is certainly more than some of the football movies.
I mean, my favorite character is John Favreau. Is so good in this film.
Oh God, I love John Favreau in this.
Dude, I was like, yeah. For people who don't know or haven't seen this movie yet, John Favreau's in this, and he's kind of like built in this.
Yeah, he's pretty jacked. Yeah,
yeah. He definitely has some muscle to him.
Danny, I need you to get the ball.
Kojo.
I'm gonna get the ball. You're gonna get the ball. You're gonna get the ball. God, I hope he doesn't kill someone.
I'm gonna eat your dog. I'm like, holy shit,
dude. There's so many good lines, and there's so much freaking music that plays over, and I'm like, God, I'm gonna get hit with copyright strikes if I freaking put this shit on.
Yeah, it's about impossible to cut anything out of this.
Like you guys, if you have seen this, you know exactly what we're talking about. There's so many good lines that just has this overplay of music. I mean, but yeah, Danny Bateman, played by John Favreau, he's great in this movie. I just plays this psycho cop.
I love when he hits Keanu, and then the coach is like, Danny, remember what I told you about the red? He goes, I know, but I just see it, and I'm like, well, and the whole time he's stroking Keanu's chest with his
hands like this. Is the beginning? He goes, red. He goes, gives him a hand. He goes, no, I'm just gonna lay here for a bit.
Yeah. That's what makes John Favreau. This people didn't forget before, like Marvel fucking neutered the poor guy. This is like old school Favreau, man. Come on.
Yeah, jacked Favreau, dude. I kind of miss this version of John.
Yeah.
He should totally just quit working at Disney and just get back to this.
He needs to stop eating. Is what he needs to stop doing.
Made that movie Chef, man. You got too much into it.
Yeah.
He was like, Chef, I learned to cook and I learned to get.
No, it's about the cooking part, John, not the eating.
Right. Yeah. not eating a bunch of eggs before a game. You're eating eggs? I gotta bulk up. Bulk up. I heard you lost
You're
weight.
a crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, all the eggs, fan.
Lay here and figure shit out. Exactly. But look at the look at the good fine women that got a crush on as well, right?
Yeah.
I like Chef. Chef is a good movie.
Oh,
it is. Yeah.
And then he was a good coach. Coach Jimmy McGinty. He is
Hackman.
Dude, Hackman is so good in this.
He always plays. He's always great when he's a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in these type of roles, he excels at. Exactly. John Favreau, when he took care of himself, was impressive.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, dare I say, Jay? Can you think of is there like one Hackman performance that he phones it in?
Not really. I mean, there's some where, I mean, the movie itself is pretty bad, or the character's a bit shit, or the lines are bad. But I think Hackman just always kind of had that working actor kind of vibe to him, and he's always gonna put out. I mean, it's like Michael Caine. Michael Caine is in some absolute dog shit movies.
Yeah,
but Michael Caine's bringing it. You may look and wonder why, but he is.
Yeah, that's what Hackman is, man.
He really didn't have to have it in
him.
Yep. I'm surprised you haven't done Hoosiers yet.
Hoosiers.
Okay, eventually.
Maybe eventually, yeah. I mean, the life of Massive Mondays is young, as we know. This is only episode 39, so
it goes by fast. Like, just think it 39 and you started at 1.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to not that it really matters what sort of movies we end up doing on like milestones, right? But obviously, sometime in April we'll hit episode 50, right? Which I think is going to be right around like the 2-year mark, essentially, or sorry, the 1-year mark, essentially. Right. So it's going to be kind of cool. I mean, like next week, episode number 40, and we're doing I'll spoil it now for everyone earlier on, but so next week we're doing again a movie you probably wouldn't expect us to do, but there again, this is why we do these types of streams. We like to explore movies and think about movies that you wouldn't really think about the masculinity in it, and we're going to be covering As Good as It Gets.
Yes,
As Good as It Gets.
Oh boy, there's one famous line in that movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's more than a few famous lines in that movie.
Well, so it was always one that pop culture just loves, and by the
yeah. I write women so well. It's easy. Think of a man. I take away reason and accountability.
Let me see. I'll look up Kojo for you.
It's a good one. I actually recommended that one, and I hadn't even really kind of thought of it because I like rom-coms weren't like sort of on my list of like movies to kind of think about. But again, like that's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, you know what? That could actually work.
Yeah.
And it's probably been at least a decade since I probably
there's some good character arcs in that as well.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So. Yeah, Waylon, I also recommended this movie to Nick several months ago.
Yeah, it's right. You did, Waylon. I forgot about that too. So that's going to be yep, Kojo, exactly. Mm-hmm. Good old Jack. Yeah. So that's going to be a fun one next week.
Yep.
I guess I could I'll spoil the next one. After that, we're doing Miracle because of the Olympics, and obviously me being a big hockey fan, right. I am so freaking hyped for hockey Olympics, man. I'm going to be glued for every single game. But that movie is also wonderful.
So, I think my allergies are acting up that Monday. I'm not sure. It's
for Miracle.
I like Kurt Russell.
I like Kurt Russell, but it's like I don't give a fuck.
It's based on a true story, okay?
It is.
I know. I was around when the fucking game happened.
You were. It's always masculine to be communism, right?
That's right.
Yeah, Jay, we're watching the film for the Disney.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Yeah,
Al Michaels. That's the whole fucking reason he got famous.
Did you see that good one? Vex recommended Legally Blonde.
Yeah, I know, and I was like, "Shut up."
If Rocky can defeat communism, then Kurt Russell can win the Olympics.
There's actually a really good documentary on that team.
Yeah, the documentary itself is actually really good too.
I think it's on Netflix right now.
It is actually, and they just added. I saw that and Miracle itself get recently added. So, you don't say it, Molly. It's fine.
That was one of the things that just didn't really connect with Miracle for me.
I think a better film, damn Schmidt, would be arguably Mystery Alaska.
Oh,
true, yeah. I mean, listen. I wanted to cover the Mighty Ducks, but I was like, no, we can't do that. Just kidding.
That's the big gay.
And I love the post. The poster always said to the Rocky of hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Molly's right. Legally Blonde after Twilight. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm gonna be covering that in
Bunch of slack jawed. Oh,
you better mandatory have Gord on for Twilight because I heard
he loves it.
He loves
It's one of his favorite movies.
Gord.
He loves Twilight.
He loves it. He loves the Twilight series.
By loves Twilight series, I hope you mean he loves making fun of the Twilight series.
Like Gord for Twilight is like he recently discovered he didn't even watch them before, so he discovered them. It's like I just discovered with Jade Neil Breen. Now I'm a massive Neil Breen fan. Gord discovered Twilight the way I discovered Neil Breen.
I think we probably could do Point Break. I think it's doable.
But
it's not.
Yeah, it's kind of a bland,
super high.
I mean, yeah, there's not a lot arc wise. I mean, it's just. Nah.
I definitely want to. I mean, so for those of you that don't know, I do have a Discord channel. I think the link to that is in the description below. If it's not, I will add it. But I do have a thread in there that's just movie suggestions, and people have obviously suggested movies. I mean, quite a few movies that I have planned this year are coming from that. So I definitely love seeing the recommendations, and I appreciate it as well. And obviously, if there's something that I'm not too sure about, what I'll do is I'll watch it again before making the final decision, because obviously it's just something I want to make sure that there's enough to talk about, and obviously enough to extract and point out from it, but not saying that it's impossible to talk about point break Davina, but I will consider it. So
Davina quoting that there's actually that's only on our OnlyFans. Yeah, so I live my life a quarter mile time. So there's actually a really good movie about the first woman who won the NHRA title. It's called Heart Like a Wheel. It's about Shirley Muldowney.
Okay.
That's a really good
nice movie. Yeah, that is something that Vex did. And
that's when I wanted to quote another as good as it gets line. Sell crazy someplace else. We're full up here.
Yeah. Ironically, we will be covering Man on Fire. So, that's I was like, you know what? Just because of that, we're covering it.
Yeah.
That's a masculine film.
I tried to make her join that. Who knows? I still might try and
it's the best Equalizer movie.
Convince her to join it. Too Fast, Too Furious is indeed still bad. There was a line that we always made fun of, my friends and I, when Paul Walker is walking with Tyrese. He goes, "I said, forget about it, cuh." Jesus.
God. Boy.
Oh my
God. The only
God.
Fast and Furious movie I have seen is Tokyo Drift, and that sucked dick.
Oh, dude, yeah. Tokyo Drift is not good at all.
See, once you get to part 4, they just fully embrace the fucking bad shit. Then 4, through 8, is just they know what it is.
How Cole Hauser got looped into that, I don't know. But yeah, he is definitely the best part of that as the villain. I'm like, yeah, no, the villain's the best part of this. And then what's her face? I mean, obviously Eva Mendes was smoking at the time. Dude, she looks awful now. I don't know what the fuck she did, but just plastic
the wall
surgery.
is the thing. Yeah, and then it doesn't help when you assist the wall in kicking your ass. And
I don't know. The script was so bad, but exactly. Yeah. It's like Tokyo Drift. No way, I'm not doing this. Then it's like I'm gonna make 4 through 12 now.
Yeah.
Or whatever number they're on. 13, the final one, part 5.
Fast 10 came out last year with Jason Momoa. He was just hamming it up, which I'm like, eh.
It's like they're just trying to put every famous actor, in these extra additions. There wasn't Brie Larson in one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I avoided that one. All
she was actually she was Kurt Russell's daughter, which poor Kurt Russell. She was so bad he left the film.
Yeah, that's true, Rose. But let's get to them all. Yeah. Going back to a good actor here and a good character with McGinty. I do love this line right from the get-go, and I guess we'll talk a little bit more about this scene in a little bit, but
You know what separates the winners from the losers, kid?
The score.
Getting back up on that horse after you've been kicked in the teeth.
and that was one of those moments where I was watching this, I paused it and I was like, oh, I need to get this scene, of course, because there's no music in it, which is wonderful. Because it is one of those moments that has a lot of weight to it, and there's a lot of truth. Because this is something that good mentors or a father will teach their son. Good coaches, right? Like McGinty here will inspire them, and because I know I've definitely been in those positions after a tough loss, tough game. You go far in a tournament, you lose, and it sucks because you gave it your all, the entire time to get there, and which is one of those things that it's tough for sports. Sports are people understand, like, why I get so bent down on shape because of sports. Watching sports, I can understand it, but if you've played sports, you know how it is, and like losing a game that you're playing. Is never easy, but again, it's when you get life. I think this can be attributed to anything outside, even outside of sports, because life itself will kick you in the teeth. We'll deal with a breakup, something health wise, divorce, losing someone, getting fired, you're losing your job, having to go through any sort of unfortunate or bad moment in life where life just is going to punch, kick you right in the teeth, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, damn, like I just feel so defeated right now because of what happened. How do I overcome this? Gotta get back on the horse. You gotta find a way to win, because winners win and winners want the ball, just like Shane Falco. But it's a great line, and again, I like the fact that can have a lot of meaning outside of sports. And again, he talks about how he looked at his record, and because like you lost that Sugar Bowl game pretty badly, out there. But he talks about, like, I believe in you. Just think about it. This is an opportunity for you to get back on that horse, right? You got your teeth kicked in, and they've been getting kicked in for quite a while now, ever since that Sugar Bowl. So this is an opportunity to own it and to erase that. So you're no longer looked as footsteps Falco here. You're the Falco that everyone cheers and is excited to see on the field. So again, he has a lot of great moments.
I love the line about the man you are and the man you should be. And
yes.
I really want to see. I want to be there when those two meet.
I think I had that. Yeah, here it goes.
I look at you and I see two men. The man you are, the man you ought to be. Someday those two will meet. Should make for a hell of a football player.
Music, and I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, I gotta cut this so it's
Damn,
not.
G, I'm about to go do some push-ups, man. Oh, shit.
But no, that's another great line, right? Like, there's two men that I see in you, and the man that you are, and the man that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And obviously, that is a great metaphor for his life, and obviously that comes into fruition. He's able to leave that man that he once was to become the man that he needs to be, and by showing up at the end when his coach, his team needed him the most, but also that he needed himself the most. He needed to get to this point, knowing that this next game, hey, guess what? Strike's over. Like, you're leaving it all on the field at this very moment. Like, after this game, not to say that nothing else matters, but this is the moment that
there's no tomorrow for you guys.
Right. Yeah. Like, and that's what makes them dangerous, as Coach McGinty says in the locker room. So and he gives it his all, right?
Yeah. And I think the nice thing about McGinty is that sometimes, your potential, or you don't see it, but others do, and
Yep.
having it pointed out to you or having them hold you to account can get you to where you need to be going, or at least get you on the path that you need to be going. Because, you know, like, you know, you get depressed, you get in your own head, you just, you know, kind of isolate, and everything becomes all internal and all that. You need somebody externally to go, no, that ain't you. Get off your ass and do this thing, right? You have the ability to do this.
Yeah.
You just need to, you know, get your head right and get to doing it. And so it's always good to have a mentor like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I've definitely had some good coaches, you know, in my time, even just good instructors, with drums as well. And, you know, and it makes a difference, because you might have, you know, and a bad day in sports or like in a show, you know, it's like, there's always next week, there's always next game, next performance, you know, but sometimes you can have a bad streak, and no one likes bad streaks. You know, it's
you get quicksand,
right? Yeah, you get quicksand, and it's a great analogy, great metaphor from Falco there. You know, that, like, man, that shit was deep, Falco. You know, but it's, again, one of those moments that is very, very relatable, and I think it's one of the things I do enjoy about this movie, is that there's a lot of you know, relatable moments that we can just apply to our everyday life. Not so much like, oh, I never played sports, but guess what? You've probably been in quicksand at some point in your time, you know, to that metaphor. What's that reminder of the hamster stopper from shaking her ass for 2 minutes?
I love that when the coach does that. The rep's like, what am I going to do?
She just smacked her ass with her hand. Oh God, dude! I wanted to clip all that so bad, but there's all
music.
It's absurd amount of music, you know. It's so bad, but but so good. Those scenes are so well done. The one girl's like just got like doggy style, like, you know.
Yeah. That's what, and she like licks her hand and then smacks the ass, and
yeah. There's a lot of great moments. Oh man.
That's when the entire team false starts.
Yeah, false start. 51, 16, 32. 5 That's a good strategy. Oh man. We'll talk briefly about old Clifford's sticky fingers, Franklin here. You know, he tries. He's fast, right? Super fast, quickest shoplifter chaser that we know.
Just can't catch the Twinkie.
Just can't catch the Twinkie. Instead, he stomps on it, gushes it out. You know, and obviously, you got to put. Forget what they put on his hands, but I love that he goes, "Isn't this legal? Who cares if it's legal? What do they do? Fire you?"
It's like I just jerked off an elephant.
Dude, I wanted to get that so bad. Oh my God. What a Butterfingers. He had sticky fingers there for that one. And yes, Replacements is better than the Titans.
I mean, in terms of comedy, this is, if you got some buddies and you got some beers and some pizza going, come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a great bro movie.
100%.
But you know,
wait, do you remember when ESPN when they used to do the
stick on yes.
Yeah, the little flashbacks with with Kenny Mayne.
Yeah.
So they had Warren Moon, who owns the record for most fumbles by a quarterback. Now, to be fair, Moon played for a long time
in the
NFL, right? Mm-hmm. But so they're interviewing Warren, and they have Warren with 2 sticks of butter in his hands. And he's talking about how, it was difficult to hold on to the ball and all that, right? He's totally deadpanning it. It was hilarious. I just love that Warren Moon was able to laugh at himself like that.
Yeah, he had a good sense of humor considering the situation. Also, man, I miss John Madden calling games.
Oh God, John Madden and Pat Summerall. That is the dream team of.
Yeah.
You knew you were going to watch a good game when those two were in the booth.
Yep.
The first person we get to see Nick Cage be John Madden.
Yeah, you know, I mean, looks wise, it's pretty on point, but you know, just to have his mannerisms and
nobody's.
I don't. It's gonna be super
John
hard
Madden,
to. Yeah, like there can only be one John Madden.
That's how it is.
I want to see if I can find that clip real quick. With oh god, what game was it that he played? Actually, here, let's see if I can do this real quick. I won't be able to play the audio, but I can at least show the visual details of the cheerleaders. You know, the ones who have put on a good show and dance for us.
YouTube, they're always big on music. As long as you kill the audio, you should be pretty good.
Yeah.
The audio just needs to be muted, which
I'm always putting a copy too if you need any timestamps. So
I love when they're moving the.
Can you find the horse? The for Molly, because she said pardon me, so I was like, let me find that.
I love when they're moving the huddle, and Pat Summerall's like, John, you ever seen anything like that? Because not on a football
field. That was so good. Oh man. So yeah, they're like, huh? What? What the hell?
What the?
I'll pause it there for a second.
Even the ref ends up looking.
Yeah, Madden coach and saying movie quality with players with the Raiders. Yep.
Oh, dude, players in the 70s and 80s were insane on all the teams.
Yeah. Ref went for that hard look. Like,
Can I get an instant replay?
Yeah. Can we put that into slow motion real quick, please?
Throw the challenge flag. Let's see what's up.
while he's got the whistle in his damn mouth. I think it's right here when he I think it's right here when it comes up. So hello ladies. Yes indeed. Who was that Raiders wide receiver who would cover his whole jersey and stick him?
Willie Gold?
Willie Gold? He sounds
Galt.
about Galt.
G-A-L-T.
Oh, wow.
Galt?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Dude, the 70s, everybody was covered in stickum.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't listen. Out of all the commentators right now, it's weird to say this, but I've been liking Tom Brady's commentary more and more. Like, I think he's getting better at it, and he obviously
they're getting the animatronics better. He almost appears human at certain points, and
yeah. I don't mind Tony Romo compared to some people like corny Chris Collinsworth.
Oh, I can't. Collinsworth's always been terrible.
I can't. He needs to retire. Go play for the Bears.
Yeah, who the fuck was it? God, I can.
Here it is. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
False start.
Yeah, just the entire team.
Yeah, the entire team goes off like that. It was Lester Hayes that got pulled.
Yeah,
he was
the one that they ended up changing the rule because of.
Yeah, I think it was that same. Was it that same game that Clifford ends up doing, or not doing? Putting the horse. It was a horse. Wow, the stick him on his hands. That was that same game.
Yeah, because it's the one where he actually catches something, and so then he gets the big inflated ego and is talking to the gal afterwards, but he can't spike the ball because he can't get the.
Oh yeah,
right. Let's see here. It's probably the second game, I think, right?
Well, then I don't know. I don't watch Monday Night Football because ESPN can suck my nuts.
Is Aikman getting worse? I don't know, honestly.
I think Aikman's starting to turn into old man who yells at clouds. Because I mean he just sees the radical difference between the way football players were in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s versus now, where, oh no, my feelings are hurt, I need to go into the blue tent.
Let's do a show about Warren Moon and the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, the runny shit. Yeah, let's talk about that big collapse they had in 92. They'll let the Bills go ahead and go to the Super Bowl, get their asses stomped.
Jeez.
I was all right with that.
I'm born in Dallas, so I have to be a Cowboys fan by law. But I had a buddy who was a huge Oilers fan, and I was getting my tires changed and watching that playoff game, and I was like, oh Jesus! I mean, they're up by 30-some points. This is oh shit! It's just the epic collapse. And so I called him, and I was like, I mean, I'm going to the Super Bowl. I don't know what the hell you did. You let the backup quarterback kick your ass.
We've got our fellow Welsh kicker, who's all muscle.
Wiry.
Yeah, he obviously has a bit of a money issue. He's got some sharks that he owes money to, and might lose his pub, which is all he has, and
bit of a gambling problem.
A bit of a gambling problem, but I feel like he obviously has he's got a good kick. He can kick a 65 yard field goal, which is quite interesting at the time, because people weren't kicking 65 yard field goals in the year 2000. That wasn't something that hadn't been done until the last 10 years or so, I want to say. We had the rookie kicker out of Jacksonville in a pregame that kicked a 70-yard field goal, which is just absurd. And obviously you gotta have the right weather conditions and just a head-on perfect kick at that point, because I mean that's a long distance. But it doesn't happen all the time. But the fact that the idea this scab, this replacement that can come on the field, who's just literally smoking on the field. I feel like this was Blue. He'd be drinking a bottle right before he would go kick the ball, and then would kick it 65 yards. Like, holy shit, Blue. But yeah, like he's an interesting character. Because even though, he has a bit of a money issue, and he's
got a gambling problem,
he's still able to, he's I'm not a Mick. I'm bloody Welsh.
Reminds me of Paul Butt in Knight's Tale. He's got gambling problems. He's fucking hell of an announcer, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's again. I think he is able to have this presence on the field and with his team that represents, again, he's a man that he has an identity, but he's ashamed of his gambling problem, right? Like he doesn't want people to know about it, because this bar is so meaningful to him, because he's like, this is all I've got, right? But I think it is interesting how he wants to give it his all and make something of this. I think it's also interesting too, by the end of the movie and the game, the final game against Dallas, where he buckles under pressure, and that's something that is, we gotta kind of give it to Falco here, who recognizes and is able to kind of read Gruff as a player and as a person. Like, something's wrong. Like, there's obviously not enough time to extrapolate, like, oh, Gruff's like,
this is, they'll take my pub.
Right. It's like, I can't lose my pub. And it's like, well, what does that mean? But he understands like, oh, there's got to be something going on. But we got a ball game to win here. There's the play clock's going down. We need to snap this ball. The the interesting part is he takes the ball from the snap, and then Nigel breaks his arm as he slips trying to kick the damn ball. And obviously Falco runs into the end zone himself. Mans up and scores, but there's a flag because our sumo wrestler friend was offsides.
Holding.
Or was it holding or offsides?
Holding.
Okay, holding. So, yep, we got to repeat first down and try again. But again, I don't really. Again, I think that's where Nigel could have. Again, like I just kind of gave him yellow across the board, which I think is kind of just how most of these players all were. They wanted there was inspiration there. They wanted to be better. They understood what being better looked like. But again, because they had these problems and they're not fully being addressed, right? It's not like we know that Nigel quit having a gambling problem or ended up not having to risk losing his bar.
Nigel's biggest, I mean, he just basically becomes, okay, we're a team, and so you always fight for your teammates or whatever, but he doesn't really change character-wise, and
right.
He has his weakness, and unfortunately, people are able to leverage it. And he admits his weakness, I bet it all.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. And I do think like his growth is obviously like still choosing to take part in this despite like having this, this fear of losing his pub, because who knows what could have happened, about it. Like he could have, it would have been interesting if he bartered with the Sharks. Like, look, how about this, guys? If I make this, you can bet money on this field goal. I'm going to kick here and, we'll be even. We'll be all squared away, right? But, obviously, like that's kind of now what the movie is really about. But it's one of those side arcs that I just wrote for myself. But interesting character overall. And then again, we've talked about him earlier, but Jon Favreau, the madman Daniel Bateman. He's like this wounded veteran who just is a maniac, a psycho. But as a coach says, be glad he's on your team, because as Falco knows and understands from the get-go, like, red jersey, you can't hit me, but he's like, but I see red and I'm like a bull. I need to attack it. He does have a lot of pride, though. I think he has some resentment. He is self-awareness, and I think he does have. He is a committed team player, right? Again, he's not all, let's say even bad. He's just not all negative.
Well, he's very much cop. He doesn't like convict. Yeah.
Which is kind of funny how him and the convict kind of end up getting along. At the end, or by the end, I should say. But
yeah, again, it's team.
Yeah, team player, and that's what happens.
Danny, I need you to get me the ball.
I'll get you the ball.
I'm gonna get you the ball, Danny. I need it. I need you to get the ball. I got the ball.
I got the ball. Hey,
God, I hope he doesn't kill someone.
Now go sit down.
I got the ball. Yes, you did.
I got the ball, coach. Good. Sit down.
Now go sit down.
Gosh. And we'll talk about our fair lady here. The one who, she dances, but it's a bit nicer. I'll say, and I do like her character. I think because she was raised from her dad, who was a big Washington Sentinels fan, and so this idea of football has been ingrained in her. And it's like when Falco comes back for the final game, she's already telling him, what they've been running.
Zone defense, you did this, that, whatever. Yep.
He's like, I just want to kiss you. Okay, but I just want to kiss you right now.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You're my strength.
Yeah. You're my strength to win. Yeah, that's the one thing that yeah, I feel like for Falco in this moment where he's getting dropped because Martel is has crossed and is taking his second chance away from him. And Falco knows that Martel's not going to do a good job with these guys. You'd think that he'd go, man, this is a terrible day, terrible night to get this news. I know I just got a toast from my players, but perhaps the night could still be a win, right? I'm gonna go, have dinner with Annabelle here, and technically in the moment where she's like, I don't date, football players, I don't date members of the team. He got cut, so he could have just been like, hey, listen, I'm not a football player anymore. I'm not a pro player. So, we can
but he's back to that loner loser mentality. He's going back to
that's what sinks in. And so I feel like that's kind of why he stood her up, is because he was a bit ashamed of, being in that moment where she might not care or whatnot. But I mean, same thing, like she only gets paid like what, $50 a game to cheerlead. That's why she still runs the bar that her father ran. So, but she does have a lot of confidence. Obviously she has a lot of, emotional honesty, as I said, and she's very supportive of Falco, and she does have boundaries, which is good.
She breaks them.
She does. I mean, look, that happens when Sting's on the radio.
Yeah. You need the stalker song, and then it's like, oh yes, nothing bad can happen from this.
Every breath you take.
What?
Every move
you make.
I'll be watching.
Not a stalker song at all.
Can't you see you belong to me?
Yeah.
These lyrics now.
That's the best part, is in the 80s. Oh my God, was that at so many weddings? And you're like, I don't know if you actually listen to these lyrics.
It sounds
this is not the song you think it is.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, and I think for her character and the importance that she plays with Falco is, without her, do you think that he still is able to find this strength or what? Or do you think like she's
I think it's a combination of like, McGinty and her believing in him, and then him, the team becoming dependent on him and all that.
Yeah. I'm on Firebase Springsteen. It's too wild. It was wild too. Yeah. Yeah, but Springsteen nowadays is not. I don't know. I wouldn't really call him a boss anymore.
I think it was Babylon B that said Springsteen threatens to release a song every day until ICE is defunded.
Oh, there you
go. That's not weird.
Nick, I pulled the scene for Jay with freaking John Favreau and Hackman.
Hang on, let me do this.
You should be. Can you hear the audio now? Here.
Damn it. I need that ball. Get me the ball. You need the ball. Get me the ball. Get you the ball. Are you gonna get me the ball? I'll get you the ball. I hope he didn't kill somebody.
And then he gets the ball.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, as long as it's like 4 or 5 seconds of audio, they shouldn't fuck. Yeah, no music, they should be fine.
Yeah. If you could find the sticky hands with Clifford, let me know.
Yeah. The elephant. It's a second game.
It's a second game. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I agree, Waylon. I never really got into Springsteen, so
Or no, it's I guess technically it's the third game.
Okay.
Because it's the it's when he's getting the interview afterwards, and he's like talking when the female reporter comes in the locker room.
Yeah, and just to kind of talk about some other specific scenes, or rather just maybe an accumulation of moments. But
I love the idea, Molly. Is this the kind of pep talk you need when you're going to flirt with the guy you like, Molly? Molly, you need to go get him. I'm gonna go get him. No, you need to go get him. I want to get him.
That's how you should approach it. 100%.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to come with that energy.
Yep. He won't be scared, and if he is, then he's a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not the one you want to go after at that point. Yeah, just pass it. Pass. Talking a little bit about. I mean, we talk more about it, but. Is a past failure. Again, this idea of there's a trophy that has his name on a football that's just at the bottom of the ocean there, right? Like, and he's playing underwater football and yelling, throwing the ball. It's like clearly you can see that he still enjoys it. I mean, if he's just gonna start playing underwater football at that point.
Well, the good news is nobody can see him.
Right? Yeah. No one can see his footsteps, and him.
Well, he actually threw it then, so that's good.
Yeah, and no one intercepted it. He didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah, wasn't being beat by 47 points.
Right. Yep. And that underwater game, he won 1-0. I guess 6-0, whatever. But go get him, but don't hurt him. It's all right. If you don't kill somebody, Molly.
I mean, unless you're into that.
Yeah, injuring until.
Depends on the city. San Francisco, when I was there in 2001, they suddenly realized, man, there's a lot of people that are owning houseboats and then they started taxing the hell out of them because that's what California does.
It's like water pollution.
They were just like, oh, it's you're living in it, and so I mean, they don't need an excuse. They'll come up with a tax. They used to tax you if you owned a car and moved to California. If you registered it, they would hit you with a $600 environmental impact tax because you didn't buy it in California. And I think it was like in 2002. They actually lost in court and had to refund everybody that paid that tax.
Yeah, and I think just for everything that he has to deal with in his past, and obviously him trying to confront it, obviously we mentioned before, he's burdened by this unresolved failure. He's trying to, and he wants to find that confidence again, but right now it's just whatever confidence he had at one point, it has been replaced by this cautiousness and self-doubt. Like, he doesn't know if he could be the
I think it's just that. Okay, that's done. Football is a thing I used to do, but flamed out. Okay, I'm going to be living this life now. Seems to be generally pleased with it, but it's very low aspiration.
Yep.
Okay, I failed, and then I just don't come back to it, which means you're a failure.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, like it's because of McGinty giving him that second chance, and being a winner, and getting back on the horse, like we just talked about earlier, when you're getting kicked in the teeth.
Yep.
And that's the way to undo it, right? It's not so much that he is taking action, but like he obviously has this fear of again, we mentioned like the whole quicksand metaphor, but it's like he doesn't want to repeat it, because if he repeats it again, then he knows for a fact everything he's probably thought about for years is like, nope, yep, I was right, I am a failure, like I'm worthless, never should have touched the ball, I just made myself look like even more foolish. So now whatever mindset he was at, whatever emotions he was dealing with have plummeted even further down. Like, it's, I could probably, throw some sort of a weird analogy there that he's obviously already scuba diving with, but he's just deeper in the water at that point, which he doesn't want to be there. Because I think in the back of his mind, like, there's probably something there that is, and it might have been brought.
I mean, there's a woulda, coulda, shoulda, and I think that's kind of what
Yeah.
this scene is about. The little dreams that you have, but put those away. And yeah, if the thing is that when you try to do something, especially something that you failed at before, there's a risk. The risk is that you fail again, and you better toughen up and deal with it. But he's already demonstrated that failure will cause him to just be done. All right, I'm moving on, and I'm doing that. And the problem is fail. If you the risk is you try it again, you fail again, you're worse off than you were before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Especially because you already have that thing. I mean, if he looked at, because look, people fail every day, in little ways and in large ways. And when you do, you kind of, you need to reflect, go, all right, how do I not do that again? How do I do better? I always say that the easiest, not the quickest, but the easiest way to become an expert is to do everything wrong, but don't repeat your mistakes. And then whatever you have left is the right way to do it.
Yeah, that's sound advice. And I always think about too, when people always say, like, kind of to that notion where people say, oh, like small victories, minor victories, and how those matter too. But I think, again, it's like people often overlook the small failures, to your point, good one, where like, it's like, I mean, and just the things that you wouldn't even necessarily consider, that we deal with, every single day. Like, you'd be like, I should have said that, or I should have done that, or maybe I should have done this instead.
Should have been a little more prepared. Should have done this. Should have done that.
Exactly.
Well, then don't be in that position next time.
Right. And it is one of those things too, where it's just, there's always the opportunity to improve, and obviously, especially on a minor scale. Obviously, when you're in big moments, massive, important situations that you wouldn't often find yourselves in, rare moments, like it is hard to prepare yourself for a big game sometimes. I mean, you could only be prepared as much as your experience can be up to that point. It's like you could watch as much film as you can, but
time is a limiting factor, and your skills and all of that. And so you're always going in with incomplete information and a certain amount of incompleteness with preparedness, but you always try to do the best you can. And then if you screw up, well, guess what? Learning.
Yeah, and I feel like it's it is definitely something that also can happen on a daily basis, where you have these massive moments, or maybe a weekly basis, that you just, again, wouldn't necessarily attribute to being important, but sometimes they are.
I think a lot of times when moments that you think are minor,
yes,
given the perspective of time and looking back, and you go, you know what, that was a hell of a lot bigger than I thought it was at the time, because I just didn't understand what the consequences were or whatever. And the flip side is Falco's idea of quicksand is the little failures that begin to compound, and then you start pushing, and then you're failing harder and harder, and you get up in this doom loop. The flip side of that is that, when you try and improve every time, you get in a virtuous loop. That the way to get good is not this giant leap. It's little steps every day.
Yeah. And I like this image too, just because it's almost like a metaphor for his career. It's just at the bottom of the ocean.
It's just tarnished history.
Tarnished. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, that's all it was. It's a broken trophy of his past. Blue found a clip.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Is it?
exact spot you guys wanted, but this was the Stickum scene. So that part I got.
Yeah. Okay.
The elephant. Yeah.
Yeah, let me do this. All right, Molly, this one's for you.
There you go.
Coach, ain't that stuff illegal? What are they gonna do? Put you in football jail? Now, you know this don't look natural. Now, you know it don't. Don't talk. We're gonna run the same play. Do you hear me? You're gonna catch the ball. Coach, I look like I just jacked off an elephant. Hey.
He said with glistening hands. Look, animal husbandry is important, Orlando Jones.
Oh man, like this.
Oh yeah, it'll stick them.
Hey, you
Oh
understand?
my god.
I understand. Okay, now go out there and catch the ball for a change, all right?
He's got the cup. He's like, get the cup up. Falcon just takes it.
Gets annoyed, but he takes it. Then he claps his hands and they're stuck together.
Oh man, that's a great scene.
Always full of them. Yeah, the locker room sample up. With freaking was it forgot his name there. The kicker. He's just in his jockstrap. Look at the reporter.
Oh yeah.
Ole.
He's running around with the towel. It's like woo.
Yeah, he's doing the freaking the windmill.
He's
he does. He does seem to show it on more than a few occasions.
Yep. Yeah, he shows up at the bar.
Yeah.
Bit wiety.
Yeah, I'm waitery.
This there's a lot of team bonding that happens in this movie, but and again, this is more so an accumulation of sorts, not so much just like a particular scene. But I will say, this moment in the bar where the starters come to the end zone and they're talking to all the replacements, and Martell's making fun of the deaf guy, and I love that line though. Again, just kind of speaks to Falco's character, where he's like, "Oh, he's deaf. He can't hear me." He's like, "Yeah, but I can." And that means something. I don't like what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
it's my teammate.
My teammate, exactly. Like this is unacceptable. Up to the point where Martell, knocks him right in the face, and he's like, "All right, you know what, guys, relax, because the one and only Bateman shows up, and then it's just like, Bateman, remember what I said about Red?
About Red? Yeah.
Off the table. Go ham, my guy." Dude, that was one of my favorite moments in this film from Jon Favreau. The way he just he literally rushes Martell like a bull.
Yes.
And just spears him down.
that and when he takes out half the cheerleaders.
Yeah. Like, I would ask Jon Favreau, like, how many times did you actually film that one scene?
Oh, I did it wrong. I only landed on half the cheerleaders. Okay, let me do it again.
Can I get a better spear this way? Make it a bit more mad.
I'm not sure I laid on all of them.
Right? Yeah. Hey, I didn't go for a strike here. Hold on, let me try this again.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that again follow this bonding, right? Like we mentioned, it's the camaraderie that they have for one another, despite their struggles, right? Like despite the fact that one guy is deaf, and one guy is a convict, one guy is a mad cop, one guy's got a gambling problem, one guy can't catch the ball, like one guy just eats way too much and he's a sumo wrestler. We got bouncers, right? Like they've all got different backstories. But what matters the most is that they can all come together as a team and find that teamwork, that brotherhood. They're able to find chemistry in a short amount of time, which is difficult to pull off, but they're able to do it. Again,
they'll do that. I mean, if it's us versus them, okay, let's go.
And that's why I think this is one of the best team bonding moments, because it's like when it comes time to fisticuffs, and you see who backs who up.
Yep.
That's what means a lot. Although you've got Clifford who's hiding behind the jukebox or
who
whatever.
then gets called out.
Who gets called out in the jail cell.
Yeah. But
You know.
he has a great response where
Yeah.
he goes to the music.
I was petrified.
Yeah. Petrified?
Petrified. What? And I guess he did survive, right? Because he didn't
He
didn't get punched in the face or anything like that.
Yeah.
So much like everyone else did.
I will say that is both the best masculine bonding, but also the gayest because line dancing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got Nigel climbing on the bars and like humping it or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
That's not as gay as the line dancing.
right. And I love it. It's like, I hate this damn song. I was like, yes, I can agree.
But he was singing and dancing, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. That is very true. I think Keanu even tries to jump in there at one point. But he didn't pull it off too well, but
Fabro is absolutely rednecking it because he's got his hands where his belt buckle would be, and everybody else is he's trying to two-step that thing. Yeah.
And then the deaf guy is still dancing. McGinty shows up. Yeah, it's like
I'm going to stop everybody, and then he has to tell Orlando to shut up.
Even like McGinty was like, "This is never going to happen again, right? Or you're not playing.
Not going to be on the team."
But he goes, "Man, I wish I was there, right?
I wish
I was there to see it." It's just like, okay, what you did was wrong. However, damn, it would have been a spectacle just to see, Martel get his ass kicked and all these other, egotistical players here. And it's, it's again, just for the right reason.
Killed that back. The only time to actually,
you paused for a moment.
Yeah.
I spawned. Oh, okay, shit. Okay.
The only time like modern stuff would help out because now the coach could just like somebody would film it on YouTube on their camera phone.
Yeah.
One a few times in modern technology would actually help the film. Like,
yeah, for sure.
No, you don't want that. No, because then the league is coming in, and here we go, and
I guess.
Yeah, nowadays, but you can't escape that.
Goodell has everybody go to sensitivity training and all that shit.
God, yeah. Much like like Ray Lewis murdered a guy, but still got to play in the NFL. I mean, how many times do guys still get shot in clubs?
Plaxico Burress shot himself.
As I say, was it Burress, right? To the Giants, is in the club, and he shot himself. Was it 07, 08, around there? I want to say.
Yeah. Shot himself in the leg.
My God, dude, that was a retarded moment. Something we've already referenced a couple times, right? Where again, fear and second chances, a fantastic just dialogue between the metaphor that Falco gives with quicksand, which we were talking about earlier, as opposed to saying, no, like we're not being afraid of spiders and bees and literal quicksand, but the idea of what you're afraid of, like, and it's like fear of going back to the plant, fear of going back to the shop, fear of going back to jail, the fear of not being in this position anymore to do what I wanted to do, and that's play pro football. And that's, again, I think that's what also makes them dangerous, as McGinty said. Like, this is where you're leaving it all on the line. Like, we've got to go out there and give it our all.
Well, I think the fear is gone. You are going back to that shit.
Yeah.
Right. The players are coming back.
Time. Yeah.
Right. Tomorrow. You won't be here.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing to fear now, right? Because this is just going to happen. This is inevitability. So the fear goes away. What are you going to do about it in the meantime?
Right.
Right. You know that this is the last half of football you're gonna play.
Yeah. And I think that's another good example and takeaway that we can attribute to our lives, right? Like, how many times may we be in positions that, hey, this is fun for the moment, but after this, it's just gonna be going back to what I was doing before. So
Yeah, it's pretty rare that you get the clarity of, okay, here's your shot to do your dream thing, but understand that it's done tomorrow. So you don't have to worry about tomorrow. You don't have to worry about fear. You put it all out right now. Whatever dreams you had, you have half a football game to live them.
Yep.
Right. That really does remove a lot of the worry about, oh, but what if I do this? Oh, what I did? Okay, we balling. Right. Let's go.
Yeah. You got to give it 100% at that point. If you ended up bleeding on the field, you ended up bleeding on the field, right? Like if you
blow your knee out, hey, did I score a touchdown?
Yeah, exactly. Did I kick a 70-yard field goal? Hey, I did, but I ended up breaking my arm at the same time. Whatever it is, same thing for Falco. If I have to run this ball into the end zone at the end, and if I get concussed doing it, but someone tells me afterward when I come to going, we won, you won the game. It's like, cool. Well, I don't remember what just happened because I just got another concussion. But that's amazing, right? I'll deal with those.
Yeah, but that's actually the less good option. The final play, there's a reason he's throwing. That's the thing that he always would hide behind. The you want it in your hands and all that, right? It's okay. Yep, throwing the ball and don't care what happens. I'm going to trust and believe in what I'm doing, a thing that got him killed before.
Let's throw it to 86.
Yeah.
Well, it's because he's like, who wants it?
Yeah. Which is interesting because, he says, coach, mentions it multiple times in the movie saying great players want the ball. So
yeah.
Our resident deaf player wants the ball, and sure enough,
well, he has some newfound confidence after hooking up with the stripper.
That's true.
Understandably so.
The stripper's like,
yeah. He's like, all right, yeah.
He's like, I do like when he writes on the napkin to Falco, and he's like, "You're an asshole," and he goes like this. That was a good one. That was a good moment. Blue, what are you trying to find?
Oh, no, I found the speech with Tom. He tells him, "Dan, in practice, we don't hit each other."
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll play that. I'll play that real quick. Hang on.
God, so many friggin' moments this film.
The fellows with the red shirts on. I know, coach, but I see that red. I just want to go after him.
It's stroking him the whole time.
Oh man.
I gotta find the cheerleader spot where he runs the cheerleaders. It's coming up.
Yeah, if you want to find that real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think too, just there's a lot of moments where the fear of I'd say even for for like nerves, right? Like you do have a fear of just messing up a play, right? I mean, I'd say for anyone who watches like current sports or current football, right? I mean, oh god, what game was it? That was the Denver Broncos playing the Buffalo Bills a couple weeks ago for a playoff game, and it was funny. I was on my way to go see the Two Towers in theaters, and I was watching the game up to the point where I was the movie was starting on my phone, and I'm like, all right, well, see what happens afterward. And movie's done. I get to my car, and I'm like, oh, let me call my dad and see what happened with the game. And when I go to the theater, I'm like, Bills got blown out, right? They're losing, and I see they lost in overtime, and I'm like, what? This game went to overtime? Like, that's crazy. But like Josh Allen's a hell of a quarterback and guy who apparently had a broken foot, and just again, like, he left it all on the field.
No, that was the Denver quarterback that broke his.
I think Josh Allen also had some sort of foot fracture as well after the fact, but
no, fire guy getting a fire gun.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Bo Nix broke his foot too.
Denver won and lost.
Yeah, so
we won, and an hour later, nope, You get Stidham.
Yeah, who didn't do much against the,
Nobody did much.
I don't know. So it pissed me off, but yeah, it's again, it's something that you see these movies and you're like, man, this is actually something that legitimately happened in real life, which again doesn't make these things all far fetched at all, and which I appreciate.
Yeah, I think the thing that the coaches will always tell you is just live in the moment.
Yeah,
it's almost impossible to do that, right? Because the more you think about it, the you think, okay, well, we do this, but then this and whatever, and right? It's like the quicksand that Keanu's talking about. But it's always the what if, and then what's going to be the outcome and all stuff. When the outcome is defined, right? It doesn't matter win or lose. You're not going to be a player, right? Tomorrow, because the players are going back. All right. Well, then there's nothing really to fear at that point, right? You fear the unknown and consequences of the things you do.
What's up, Buzo?
But in that case, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so, all right, now I'm free. It's time to let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oranges, Texas Cactus. We're
gonna kick your. Yeah. Oh my God. The cheerleader tryouts is absolutely magnificent, and you can't play any of that because it's all music.
I know.
But my wife was howling.
Oh my God. I really, really, really wanted to play those scenes, but yeah, there's music over everything, and because there's definitely some funny ones, that's for sure.
Oh my God, there is,
and funny looking ones too. So I was like, man.
Well, see, my wife was a dancer, so she is laughing her ass off at some of this shit.
Yeah, that's a good point, Prophetic. Yeah, it's very similar to high school football's last game of the season for seniors, and then it's like, yeah, be Jokes or Giants.
Yeah, especially if you're not going on to any kind of college career, right?
Exactly.
This last game you'll play.
Yep, this is last time you'll ball out. So, you got to make it special and meaningful, so that way, and yeah, who knows if you'll go to some sort of state championship at that point too. But it's tough just to kind of give it up at that point.
Again, that, if it's winning in, okay, that's one thing. Again, there are consequences to follow.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's the last one, no, you're not going to anything afterwards, right? It's simply season your mediocre team or whatever. This legit will be the last time that you put on the cleats, helmets, pads, and all that. Boy, if you got something to leave out there, you might want to do it now.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get an opportunity otherwise.
It's scary too. How many like those Midwestern, states and the towns, like their whole life is football, and some of these kids from like 5 to like when they're 18, that's their whole life. And let's be honest, their only skill is football. A lot of them don't have skills, and what if they get hurt on the final game day or like the week before, and like they're fucked? Like a lot of these guys aren't that educated neither. All they know is football.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of them that I mean, usually those at least have okay, you're going to college because you're good enough. If an injury is going to affect you, it's because, again, you had a potential to go on or whatever. It's more the no, you're not good enough to play college. That physically, sorry, you just say you're Rossi, but you want to play basketball. Look, high school's as far as you're going, son. I hate to break it to you. So if you love the game, if you're there, to play the game, this is the last time you're going to play it, other than pickup games or shit like that, right? So put it out there.
Yeah.
That clarity of this is it. Right, you're not getting another swing. You rarely get that in life. I'm going to do this, and then but I'll get another chance or whatever. And this one's nope.
Yeah, I think if you've got something,
you're dangerous.
Yeah, if you got something special, or you got something good that when you're replaceable in, and you squander it, or if they had that sort of, yeah, no, it's fine. I'll get a second chance at this. You know, it's like, no, you won't. Yeah.
Well, and that's also the small failure that becomes big failure, right? That at the time it looks like, oh, it's just this, but it's fine. I'll get another chance. And then 10 years down the line, you're looking back and you go, no, that really was my last chance. Didn't realize it at the time, but probably should have acted like it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. DI needs to come to the NBA.
Yeah. I mean, how else is Rossi going to get in it?
Right. Yeah. You need to have short players.
Yeah.
Every team needs to have.
I mean, we had Spud Webb, but there's a reason everybody knows Spud Webb, because he was the only one that was.
Yeah. Every team needs to have a 5'3" player now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in the minimum amount of games, minutes played per game.
Yeah. I mean, we need to feel seen.
Right. Exactly. Tackle, tack. You can't keep the change because all I want is a quarterback. That's the one that first chick that says that. Like, I wrote something.
I love the goth crazy chick who's like smear their blood on their face. Like, all right, bitch, let's calm down.
Yeah, crazy ass. If we had a girl on the panel, I would ask them to read this in the type of cheerleader voice. Oh, hey Vex, how's it going? You want to? You've never heard of this movie? Oh my god.
Well.
Oh, do you have that? Do you have that line back up, Blue, about the elephant?
I put the timestamp. Actually, it's
Vex. We've got a funny line.
Give me a second. I'll find it. Oh, here's
one funny line.
Here's a funny clip too with Favreau and Orlando Jones, or the cop scene.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
See what I heard, man.
I'm a cop.
Here you go.
Oh, look at that.
I better not see a cop. I will cop ass. You do that. I'm a cop.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to get hit for bust a move.
Oh shit.
Yeah, probably. But it's all right.
I'll pull the timestamp.
Yeah, Vex, this is a good movie. Sports films are a go-to, but if it's good,
you'll enjoy this one, Vex.
Yes, Orlando Jones, Gene Hackman, Keanu Reeves, Jon Favreau. But Jon Favreau in this is
Jon Favreau,
jacked Favreau. But he's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's an insane linebacker.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, here we go, Vex. Hold on.
This mine's all Vex.
No, this don't look natural. Now you know it don't. Don't talk. We're gonna run the same play. Do you hear me? You're gonna catch the ball. Coach, I look like I just jacked off an elephant. Hey, say you understand.
and now we need Favreau doing the get the ball.
Yeah.
Trying to find a cheerleader spot. Instant cheerleaders.
Dude, you can't do any of the cheerleader shit because it's always with music.
Yeah, there would have to be no music at that point. But there's some good moments in this. Well, there's a lot of good funny moments in this.
Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, I'm a son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
Stop!
You just see later on, he's got a bandage on his head that says "ouch."
Yes. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, son of a bitch.
What is the other guy, his brother or whatever, that says before that when he starts shooting? There's music playing over, but he shoots the windshield. It's like, you just shot my windshield. Oh, buddy. Get a little team building in there in that GL cell. While Chris is finding that Bateman scene again, the Jon Favreau scene, we'll talk a little bit more about the toast to Jon Favreau, toast to Falco.
Yeah.
Falco, Favreau. Again, this is after he's already gotten the news by McGinty that it's done. You know, it's over. But you know, and I as mentioned before, right, I feel like even though Gruff has a gambling problem, he is, I think he does have some self-awareness or like just awareness in general, because he notices that something is wrong with Falco, you know, because he's just like, you know, here's the man, you know, he's got done showing his junk off to, you know, some chicks at the bar.
Well, they won, man. They're only one game away, and they really gelled as a team. And shit, yeah,
you know, like they're on a hot streak. You know, the vibes are high, and you know, here comes Falco coming in as the, you know, guy who just is so downtrodden because of the news that he has. So it's like everyone else is going to continue to get pounded by Dallas. Just kidding, as he says. But it's this is it. He's going to go back to his boat and you know, kind of just be in his feels a bit. But again, this is a defining moment too for the team. I do have a clip from it because I again, it is a good moment for the brotherhood there. Like he's earned their respect, and not just, you know, rather than like him having a status, right? Like he's honored by all of his friends because like he carried this responsibility of being their quarterback and obviously being the leader that they needed him to be when it mattered the most. And I think that everything, just this camaraderie that they have, definitely shows how a team that got together so last minute and has had such a run, you know, through 3 weeks of games. Like they lost the first one barely, you know, by, you know, barely, right? Like 1 point or whatever it was. And then they win the next two that seemed impossible. And then they got to go up and win this next one and maybe get the playoffs. But, you know, to them in their mind, hey, we could potentially go to the playoffs if the strike's going. So it's like you kind of keep playing, you keep giving your all. As we've stated, you leave it all on the field every single time. But in here, they definitely
doing it with your team, right?
Yeah.
These are my brothers, right?
Yep.
You know, we bled for each other. We've had each other's back, and then oh no, we're losing our leader.
Yeah, and I think the masculinity here is validated because everyone is giving the respect to Falco. And he's giving it right back to them. Like, it's not like, it needs to be enforced or demanded or anything like that. It's like, no, this is like, you know, how natural camaraderie and masculinity just, you know, comes together so well. So Farrell was good, but I still prefer Forrest Whitaker in Fast Times for sheer unhinged possessed linebacker play.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
When they think his brother and Spicoli crashes Z28,
yeah,
and then spray it on there. Then it's the other team, and then at the end of the game, it's just bodies laying everywhere. Forrest Whitaker's like killed the other team.
What's up, Nerd Stuff? How you doing, buddy? Well, hey, all the replacements was 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's such a fun movie. What do you got pulled up, Blue?
Oh yeah, but so no audio because, you know, music, but yeah, a part with with freaking John Favreau fucking spearing the cheerleaders.
Oh, okay, yeah, hang on.
Yeah, so there's no, I you gotta mute it, but
yeah, well, because they're playing Gary Glitter. The goodness is, I don't think anybody's gonna claim that.
Look right there, they set him off.
Probably not.
Boom.
He dove.
The first tackle of the game.
Yeah.
I think he was a little too amped up.
Yeah. Now there's a guy. Favorite scene is the dancing in the jail cell.
Yeah, I will survive.
Were you petrified?
Petrified?
How IMDb has this movie at a 6.6 as a crime.
Well, that's a problem with comedies. Comedy's always subjective.
Where they'll have
well, it's also old enough that it won't have all of the fanboys showing up to glaze current thing.
Yeah. Where they'll have some new movie that's absolute dog water. That's people go, it's a 9. No, it's not. Yeah, I got a clip for the toast, the cheers to Mr. Falco.
This is Shane Falco.
He's our quarterback. He's our leader. But most of all, he's our friend. This is for you, man. The Falco!
Thanks.
I do love that though. Yeah,
Thanks
he's
a
a
lot.
quarterback. He's our leader, and most importantly, he's our friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the best line out of all those right there, is the fact that he's like, he's our friend, you know. Because Martell could be, could have been a good leader, or
I respect you. It's fine or whatever, but I don't want to hang out with you or whatever. But no, he's our friend. That means he calls me at 3 a.m. and we need to bury a body. All right, I'm getting my shovel now. I'm a bitch later to understand that, but
yeah. Right. Yeah. It's like, okay, Martell. Yeah. You won 2 Super Bowls, whatever. Like, yeah, you got mad quarterback skills. Even Falco's like, yeah, he's one of the best. But you ain't our friend. And if you need me at that moment, sorry, not going to be there for you, because you an asshole.
Yeah.
As my deaf friend said. So, there's that. I was listening while lurking. Good stuff tonight. Later, fellas. Be well, IB. EB. IB the EB. That was you. Predator Balance.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that Predator Balance has a higher rating than this film just goes to show you how.
Also than the first Predator.
no, it has a higher rating than Predator.
Yeah, we know that too. It's just
way superior film.
Shit.
Of course, this year we had Alien Earth. So
he's our friend. He definitely has the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
That's we got to drop a body. All right. Understand? I'm gonna kick your ass afterwards. I know, but it's fine.
Well, like,
I'm still gonna help you bury that body. Don't worry.
When the brothers come up to like, nah, you're gonna flip the man's car back over.
Yeah, he is our business. Yeah,
he is. Yeah, he's like, your business. Like, he is our business.
Yeah, we're the guards.
Some big boys too, man.
Yeah,
300 plus, man.
Yeah, those was it like 4 or 5 starters right there? We're not gonna win that one.
Well, especially since one of them is packing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Oh, okay.
I'm a son of a bitch.
Yeah, and we'll talk. I already kind of mentioned things here and there about it, but yeah, just again, this idea to pass the ball as well, right? Like, he could have handed it off as well, and it's kind of like what he did, where he took the ball and when he snapped it away from Gruff from kicking it, which that's something that he usually would have done, as you mentioned, Goodwin. But he does choose to face this head on, right? He does.
This is where he has a choice, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, and then when he gets to the huddle, all right, who wants it?
Yep.
Right. Let's see who's swinging. Who's got the balls for this, and yeah, he's like, Brian's like, yep, that's me. All right.
Yeah, Brian, bra guy. You don't mess with a big man with the big black Glock.
I don't care. He's a small man. Once he has a gun, we good.
Yeah. Yeah. If you packing, you packing.
Yeah.
Tuck the ball. Tuck rule. Yeah. Don't get me into the rules of the game.
You mean the very special ones that they make for certain people?
Yep. There was one during a snow game.
Oh yeah, well, we got out the Zamboni on the field to make sure it's good. Well, also it suddenly became a penalty to look at the quarterback after somebody got hurt on the first game of the season, and oh no, we can't have that. We've never had quarterbacks injured before.
Mm-hmm. Prize possession gone. Again, I think this is important to his character, because he is able to find this redemption, and even though it didn't erase his previous failures, but he did learn from them, right? And he's obviously able to stand tall in this moment. I mean, the crowd. I mean, the
It's
team's
also got
getting
the
walloped.
best speech, right?
Yeah, he's like, I don't have some big dramatic speech there. He's just
Besides,
like
it wouldn't fit with us, right?
right. Yeah, he's like pain heals, chicks dig scars, and
Glory's forever.
Glory's for everyone. Yeah, so it's just like that's all that they needed to hear, right? And because it fit them, and he just becomes the leader that the moment called for, and he stops running from his past. Like he doesn't let that traumatize him, in being in this spotlight, being on a very pivotal game that brings the team to the playoffs that he's not even going to play for, right? But this game matters for various ways. I mean, he's there
for his guys.
Right, yeah. This isn't even so much about him. It's for the guys that have backed him up, right? His friends. Not even just like, oh, this is my teammates. Like, no, this is for his friends.
Be there for my boys,
right? Because like when they all are back to their normal jobs, like who knows? They may hang out outside of whatever they do, right?
It don't matter, man. Glory is forever.
Yeah,
all of you will be different because of this moment.
Yep. Yeah, there's something that Coach says, right? That it's something about when you every player that experiences that great moment, that they carry it with them. Like it can never
it changes you.
Yeah, and it's like that'll never be taken away from you, because you'll always have that. Right? It's like guess what, man? Like I got that. Never really did much after that, but I got that touchdown. Yeah. Right? Like man blows out his knee.
When I had the chance, I maximized it. I took it.
Yep. Guess what? Caught that game-winning touchdown, right? Why? Because I wanted the ball, and I ran the route as fast as I could, caught it, secured the ball, 2 feet in bounds, all that kind of rule crap. But like there's great resolve here from Falco. Obviously the leadership, taking that accountability, just again having the courage to step up, right? Like what took you so long? Traffic.
Yeah, he'd already used that excuse before.
Yeah. Traffic, i.e., meaning the players that were on strike flipped my car over.
Yeah.
So I was dealing with that because I apparently parked in someone's parking lot or parking space. So, prime example, Al Bundy.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's one Al Bundy.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie The Best of Times?
Damn.
I think so.
It's been a while.
Kurt Russell and Robin Williams.
Damn.
Oh wow, it has been a while since I've seen that.
Oh.
What about it though?
Mid 80s. Well, so it's basically the
86.
They come back, for the high school game or whatever, and Robin Williams dropped the pass in the big game, and is trying to relive that.
Yeah, that is right.
Yeah. Also another film that's reading right here, people consider this to be a very underrated film, and much like this film, IMDb give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, we all know that people on IMDb have shit thoughts sometimes, right?
Well, again, I mean, the reviews are probably all from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the idea and the meaning behind it. Heading out, sleep well, all.
Later,
yo. Hope you do as well, man. Have a great rest of the week. If I don't see you, don't mess with Gloctavius.
Yeah,
exactly.
But and look, he wins the game, right? And gets the girl. I mean,
we get a pretty decent cover of a David Bowie song.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the other songs that we got.
There's a couple. I'm like, all right, I'll give you that. And there's some that was like, oh Lord.
Yeah, what are we doing here with this? Come on now.
Yeah, this is definitely not a I need to own the soundtrack movie.
Let me add this to my phone right now.
Yeah, at the time, however, I'm sure there were a lot of people who were like, oh, this is great. And it was like die in a fire.
So So yeah, there's obviously, you know, quite a few good themes and takeaways throughout this whole movie. You know, there's a lot of that goes around things that aren't proven by perfection, but by response to failure, right? And obviously, like with, you know, being brotherhood, that is built through the shared risk, not so much of your statuses, because they all don't really have a status. They all come from, you know, very minor areas of work, you know, as we know, and you know, like leadership from not only Falco, but even from Coach McGinty too. You know, he becomes he's like, I'm gonna take accountability here. Like, I'm gonna call everything I want. You're not gonna interfere, right? Like you're not gonna strong arm me or anything like that. You know, so
he goes to swing on Martel.
Yeah. At that point, that was like, oh, Coach bought to knock out Martel here, and then I think that's when
players are all grabbing him. Yeah,
I was already fired once. Like, you know, like that threat means anything to
like, fire my ass. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. And then Falco shows up right after that. But you know, I think too with like talent without discipline is a liability, because you know that's when people can be, you know, they're too big for their britches. Ego can get in the way.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then it doesn't matter how talented you are, if you don't have the discipline, then you're no good to us. You know.
Well, you'll never meet your potential. You'll never maximize, you know, what you're capable of. You'll always fall short of what you could be.
Yeah, it's like the guy that's less talented than you, but that has discipline. Like,
again, I'll take hard work. And put it up. You know, somebody that everything doesn't come easy to them or whatever, but they grind. Guess which one I can depend on?
Exactly. Yeah, the one who puts in the hard work. You know. Yeah, and mentorship restores what shame breaks. So
it can. Again, that's on you to accept the opportunity for redemption, or you know, to learn from failure.
Yeah, I would hope that Gruff would learn to not gamble anymore, moving forward.
Yeah, one would hope.
Yeah, you know, especially doesn't want to lose his bar, but you know, same thing.
Well, but also he was going to betray his friends, and it was tearing him up.
Yeah, 100%. I think everything, like, it could have this could apply to all the characters, right? But especially Falco, since he is like our main character here. And then look, the masculinity is strengthened by a healthy feminine stability, right? Like Annabelle is a good counterbalance to Falco, you know. As we mentioned, like she's got you know, good qualities. She has boundaries. She has and it's not so much that she understands the game, because that's sort of besides the point. But I guess it kind of helps a little bit, because she knows like where he's coming from. But despite his failures, despite everyone that has always, you know, said, you know, and, made fun of him or whatever, she kind of, you know, sees through it, sees past it, and sees that there's potential here, especially when
also sees that he's different, right?
Right,
you know,
exactly.
The whole quarterbacks are babies. They're the biggest babies of the team. You know, they're high maintenance and all that. And then she starts to realize, oh, you're different. You have a different mentality than the spoiled quarterback has always been, you know, the focus and gets all the glory and the praise and all that. Nah, you've been through some real hardships. You just a football player. You know how they used to be. Yeah,
and I would say, I think in some ways she kind of challenges him to face it, and then it's like, oh, boom, look at this growth occurs. And you know, because there's, you know, encouragement to own it rather than to avoid it. And maybe she wants to, you know, make out with him a little bit too.
Well, I mean, she wants to do more than that, and
she wants to, but it's like,
she can blame it on that bad Police song, but that's too bad. That was all on her.
Yeah.
The thirst was strong.
We got a gift here from Draconis. Thank you so much, my dude.
I did.
And then
hit AJ.
He hit Mr. AJ here. Look at that. Our resident Lion King enthusiast.
Unfortunately, the lion sleeps tonight.
Yep. Yeah.
I got that joke.
This one's for you, Draconis.
Fights every day. No, it's probably the titties. Now you're a mile. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Yes.
It's a great song. The Orgasmo.
Yeah. And Churro Boy.
Yeah.
Stun cock.
Stun cock.
They bring a black guy in the set. He's like,
the short, bad black guy just comes jumping on.
Scar's a real hero.
When he's reading the fucking newspaper, says box office grows and passes Jurassic Park. Like, he's like, you think I can get paid? Oh, I'm sorry. He pulls out a couple hundred.
Yeah.
The fucking movie grows like 500 million, gives a couple hundred. Fuck, load that movie.
Oh God, we might have to cover that at some point, man. Oh geez.
I love it. Yeah, I saw that. I think it had to have been 97 or maybe early 98 because it was right around the time that South Park was kicking off. And when I saw it, I was like, man, this has a feel. And I was like, wait a minute. These are the same motherfucker. Oh, that makes everything make sense now.
I remember Dad brought me and my sisters to see basketball, which wasn't the best idea because my sisters were like 8 and 6. We were walking into, like, oh shit. Like baseball too, man. Oh fuck.
That's
funny. I mean, I'll never forget when we went to go see the South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, and there were a whole lot of parents with kids there, and the opening song is Uncle Fucker. Boy, it didn't take them long to get the hell out of that theater.
I'm not having my son listen to this.
You're doing like a fucker.
And Cosmo bitchy.
I fucked their uncle yesterday.
The best one.
Oh my God, bro.
Operation Get Behind the Darkies.
Operation Get Behind the Darkies.
Have you ever heard about the Emancipation Proclamation? I don't listen to hip hop.
I don't listen to hip hop. The Emancipation Proclamation comes up in this movie. Keith David actually mentions
Dave actually says that. Yeah, he does mention that too in the beginning. That's so funny. Yeah, Keith David's in it for like a small.
Yeah, he's the union rep.
Yeah. Small part. So I know it might be kind of hard to say which scene evokes the most masculinity, but especially like when the team bonding is an accumulation of different scenes. But I don't know. Do you guys what do you guys think? I mean, it could be like the team bonding, it could be like the fight scene specifically, right?
Yeah, or the jail afterwards.
Right, the jail
even
scene.
even if we're ignoring the gay line dancing.
Yeah.
Bonding.
But yeah, I don't know. Whoever wants to kick it off, but what do you think?
I'll go with I think the I'm sorry, but South Park was only out for like 2 years before they made the movie. It wasn't, and it was on Comedy Central, and most parents, their kids may not have been watching, but it was like, oh look, it's animated. Okay, they want to go. They don't realize what the hell's going on.
Plus,
oh shit!
More too merchandise.
Also, there were a lot of grandparents with kids in there when I saw it.
Poor grandparents, bro.
I think grandma's gonna need a new pacemaker after that opening song.
Yep.
I never forget when my dad was on South Park. He's like, look at Mr. Hankey. He's like, they marketed a piece of shit.
Yes. Not only that, but they ran the fake commercials with the Mr. Hankey kit with the fecal fishing net, and they're all talking about they get it out, and then the last line is, "I wish Daddy were still alive."
Fucking genius, man.
Yeah, but I think I mean the you can certainly like look at the Final Drive or the Toast and all that, but I think the one for me is probably the Fear and Second Chances. The recognition of what it is, you know, and saying it out loud, you know, what is that thing you're fearing? It's the self-defeating spiral you can get into. And then, you know, McGinty saying, you know, like, this is your second, you know, you got to take advantage of it. This is the thing, right? You know, we got to move past that. And part of it, you know, stating the fear often removes a lot of the power that it has, right? It's when things are just in your head, they will play with your limbic system and everything else, right? And so you get the emotional component and all that. It's why when people are like really getting wrapped around the axle about something, they'll be like, write it down. Right? Just the act of writing it down means you have to verbalize it and you know, give it some sort of definitive context, and that already reduces that unknown, oh my gosh, what about this, and getting your adrenaline going and all that. But also that when you say it out loud, or when you write it down, you know, when your brain stops obsessing about it, because a lot of times your brain will sit and go, okay, I got to remember this thing. Oh, what about this? What about this? Right? When you write it down, your brain goes, oh, it's fine. It's stored now. I don't have to worry about that shit. I'm going to go find something else to obsess on. Right. And so that combination of saying it and everybody realizing, yeah, we all kind of got that shit, you know, and then what are you afraid of? Going back to the mill, going back to, you know, the plant, it's the fear of having had our chance and not maximizing it and failing and going back to where we were, right? Because we all had these dreams, and this is our one last chance to do it. What happens if you fail now? Right.
Yeah.
And don't give it your all.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Blue?
I mean, yeah, like all of them, CJ's points. I'm only going with number 2, team bonding, because, well, this is a football film and doesn't matter. There is no I in team. But as good as you are, doesn't matter. You can be the best quarterback, the best running back, the best whatever. One person doesn't win a game. It's a team effort. And as we pointed out, you know, Keanu Reeves, Shane's character, well, actually the entire team had these guys from misfits. You got fucking cops and felons. You got all kinds of guys with gambling problems. Guys are failed quarterbacks, and like the fact that Shane earned their respect after everything they went through. And so many times we have it where how many heroes in stories, TV shows, movies, video games, I have to do it by myself. And so many characters fail because they try doing it by themselves and they can't. It's sometimes our team or brotherhood, whether it's fucking Saving Private Ryan, anything, your team is what makes you, and your team can make you a better person. And I do like the team bonding aspect. And yes, you see Shane, the beginning of the film to the end of the film. That's a character journey, a character arc. So that's my favorite aspect of this film. But I mean, yeah, again, all 5 are fantastic. Just that's because this is a football film, I go with that one.
Yeah, and the thing is that, like, the fight isn't about him; it's about a teammate, right? You know that he's making fun of thing. Also, there may be no I in team, but there is an I in incarceration, which is how that ends up. So
we're all going together,
right?
And we will all go down together.
Yep. Yeah, and I definitely agree to both your statements, and I do think too, like the team bonding aspect. Again, just regardless of which moment it is, and there are some that, you know, are from cause and effect, or comes you know, because of a consequence. But I think it's a good consequence because of what's happening here, what's at stake. You know, and I think there's, you know, a good deal of masculinity in the other scenes, but in terms of what has the most, or what is the most meaningful, you know, I don't know if I would I don't know what sort of order I would put them in either, but you know, it's the aspect of, like when we mentioned earlier when we were talking about the bar fight scene. You know, when you're kind of going to war with your brothers, and you see who's taking punches and who's swinging punches, and you know, I mean, homeboy that wasn't even getting involved yet. It was just drinking some Hennessy at the bar. But the moment he bumps into him, it's like, oh, it's game. Now I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna drag you across the entire bar face first. Yep. You know,
lucky I don't shoot you.
Right? Yeah, you're lucky I just don't cap you right here, but. then he's definitely probably staying in jail at that point. But but instead, it's just a good old brawl, and it's against people that disrespect you. And again, the way that everyone sees Falco step up to him, right? Because Clifford like kind of goes to stop him for a minute. It's like, nah, I'm good. Like, don't worry about this. And he goes to Brian's to get Brian's back. It's like you're gonna come in here and pick on a deaf guy, right? Like that just shows you how small your balls are. That you wouldn't say anything else to the rest of us off the bat here. You're gonna pick on this guy, right? Who then insults you in sign language, which is hilarious. And sure, Falco gets punched for it, but he definitely pays for it because he's got Wild Dog Bateman on his ass 2 seconds later. But it's again the camaraderie, the team building that they share after that too. I mean, it's not every day that you get into a fight and you can start chanting. Yeah, Nandiska in a jail cell, then followed by line dancing.
I mean, that's the gay part, and that's
right. But
you would think they would be in there at least a week before they have to resort to that kind of thing.
They felt comfortable enough with one another to do that, but
maybe a little too comfortable.
A little too comfortable. I mean, it is jail, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're all drunk, to be fair.
That's true. Yeah, and they've been punched in the face,
and concussed.
Concussed. So.
Well, I think that's also the why the fear and second chances thing is important, because the leader is willing to show his weakness and state the thing that he fears, and then allows everyone else to do that, right? It's everybody. Right now, I mean, we got Orlando Jones is just being an idiot. Spiders. Oh shit! Like, yeah, I don't like spiders either. It's like, all right, hold up, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the football field, bees. Jesus Christ, right? But it's Falco that is willing to open up and really talk about the thing that he's scared of, and then everybody else kind of recognizes that, and then they are able to do that. That's the point. That's when you establish real trust, right? It's one thing to go, yeah, I'll swing for you. It's another thing to go, by the way, here's my weekness.
Yeah, and in some cases, it's like, as you mentioned, Blue, like, this is such a great arc for Falco because, for him to have the bonding, and then him opening up, even McGinty's like, I don't know, why don't you ask him? I was like, what you mean by the Falco?
Yeah.
Because it looks like even McGinty's face, like he even realizes like, wow, that was actually like pretty profound of him to say that. And because it stunned the entire room, and he was like, wow, that was deep, right? So even your coach is like, yeah, and like, let's talk about second chances here, right? Like here's the tail end of this, the icing on the cake for the speech. Now let's go out there and give it to San Diego, right? So, it just a great scene all together as well. And again, like that has a lot of meaning because when it's again he gets that bad news and there's the toast to him, and then, again, that line we mentioned, it's like most important, most of all, our friend. Yeah. And
I mean the thing about the announcing your fears is if this was written today, it would just be, okay, now we're all going to just wallow in our trauma and talk about our fears, and then that is the ultimate. But McGinty's like, yeah, so we all got this shit, but guess what? There's something we can do about it, and we can use it to power us, right? Because again, by saying it, by being explicit, you kind of remove some of its thrall over you and its importance, but not just if you go, and now let's talk about it more, right? Because now that's just, okay, now I'm getting feedback. I'm getting positive feedback for talking about, I'm impressed, and I'm this, fuck that, right? Yeah. You had some bad shit happen. Now what?
Yep.
Right. You always have the opportunity to step up and move beyond that, or you can be a bitch and just sit there and stew in it and let it define you.
Now, is it spelled BEYOND or BEEYOND? Beyond. Bees on the football field?
Yeah, man, the bees.
Yeah, imagine you get some of those wasps that dig nests in the
Oh yeah,
holes in the ground.
hornet yellow jackets,
Hornets?
and you get the big bumblebees that have the big nests in the ground. And
I mean, not wrong, I mean, not on a football field, of course, but
hold up, I remember the old RFK. Yeah, that shit absolutely could have happened there. Or when Daniel Snyder built the new one, and they had the sewage running through the stands. Yeah,
I call them mud daubers. Yeah, dirt daubers. Yeah,
dirt daubers are easy. They hunt spiders actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah, they don't fuck with you. No, it's the paper wasps you need to worry about.
Yeah, fuck them. No, they can get a blowtorch.
Yeah, no, hit them with brake clean. I'm serious.
That.
Yeah, so Toad just strips the fucking wax off of them. They just drop. That's it, and die.
It was funny. I think it was sometime last year. And I was at my goddaughter's house, and because they play in their backyard a lot, and there's a pretty big wasp nest that was closer to the screen.
Jeez.
And I was like, I don't like that, and I'm like, and I was like, they didn't have anything that could really kill it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Home Depot real quick and go to the store and get some spray, and then I was like, girls, you want to see some wasps die? And they're like, yeah, and I was like, okay, stand back there, and it was kind of like I was getting ready. It was almost darkened out, and then I was like, ready for this, and just fucking blasted them, and they just started dropping. They're like, is that it? And I was like, yep, that's it.
Like, I was when I was growing up, we had this carport that big, like 2x10s for the stringers for the roof and all that, and we were always getting wasp nests up in there. So there was a pretty good size one that was like it, and I had like half a can of Raid, and I go out and I spray it, and I don't know what the hell these wasps are made out of, but they're like, oh, that's the song of our people, and we're fucking following the stream back to me, and I was like, nope, and took the fuck off running. And so then I go back in the house, I'm like, all right, what do I have? And the only thing that we had was Fuller Brush flying insect spray, and I'm like, this is like for houseflies and shit, right? So I have a buddy that's with me, and I was like, all right, the good thing is we have like 6 cans of this shit, so we each get 2 cans, and we'll just do what we do. That shit must have been made out of DDT or something, because it was, and they would just drop in midair, dead, not even twitch when they landed. And I was like, I wish the hell I could get some of that shit now. I went out to my shop a couple of years ago, and I'd been traveling and doing some work out of town, so I didn't spend much time in my shop. And I came back, and I was noticing there was like a few wasps around my shop, and I went and walked around, looked in the rafters and all that. No, nothing. And I just couldn't figure out what the hell. One day I walked in, because I always would like lift my my roll up shop door and just kind of walk in that way. One day I came in from the side door, and I looked, and there was a giant it was like the size of a medium pizza wasp nest on my roll up door. And I'd been rolling that thing up every time, and it would kind of kick them out, but they wouldn't really fuck with me that much because they're up 12 foot in the air. But when I came in and saw that, I was like, oh hell no, and grabbed 2 cans of brake clean and went to town. And that was the quickest dispatch of like 60 wasps, all just die.
Just imagine you could go like this. It
was
a firefight.
It was a firefight.
Fucking dual wielding.
Yeah. It's weird. You get joy from just killing wasps. I don't know what it is, but yeah, especially after
yes, I kill them and I hope they burn in hell.
Yeah. I was like, especially after you get stung a couple of good times by them as a kid.
Oh shit!
They got
stuck mowing a lawn, and the wasp nest was in a tire swing, and I was mowing under the tire swing and popped them out, and all of a sudden I was like, what the fuck? I mean, my calf lit up, and I brushed at it, and he was like, oh, oh, you brush it at me? Bang, bang, bang. Have 3 more. And I was like, hell no. And killed that. Yeah. And then after that, it was, all right, we on like Donkey Kong. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one time I'm probably was maybe I want to say maybe 9, and my grandmother, she lived in the west coast of Florida, and had a pretty big yard, like lot that was the back of a canal, and the canal itself was a decent size. And there was just these woods on the other side, and there was kind of like it was like a roundabout like neighborhood or whatever, and there was another house to the left of them, but like the way like the back or the yard between them that went to like towards the creek was sort of like little swampy, I guess, like the what do you call them, like the groves or whatever.
Yeah.
And mangroves, yes. And so we were actually hunting, we're fishing, we were crab fishing, like we had like some crab traps because we caught some before. And so ironically, like this neighbor's name, his also name was Nick, so the two of us were like Nick and Nick hunting crab, and we walked, through the mangroves, and we were kind of just moving bushes out of the way, kind of like that, and next thing you know, go to push one of them, and immediately get stung, like under my arm, on top of my arm, like he gets stung like 2 times. We both were just like wah, wah, like running. Like dropped the crab traps that we had right then and there. I couldn't even tell you how many there were. We just got stung like 4 times each. Just I got stung on my leg. I think I got stung on both legs and like twice on my arm. And oh my God, I was like, from that day on, fucking started a war with bees, man, or wasps with me. That's it. I was like, whenever I see them, they gots to die. That's it. That's it. And they shall suffer.
We ended up with a bumblebee nest in the backyard here, and my wife she got out to mower and was doing some close-up work or whatever, and they got pissed and stung her once, and she came running to the house, and she's kind of this, that, whatever. And I was like, all right, well, take off your shirt, we'll see when she was taking off. There was another one in there. It hit her again. And I was like, bang, yeah, kill that. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll solve that. And so I went out there and saw the hole that they were coming out of and just poured gas in it and let it sit for about 5 minutes to fume up, and then went whoosh. And yep, that was the end of that. And I dug it out, and that nest was about 6 foot long. And went down about 18 inches into the ground. I mean, it was a big damn nest.
Holy shit.
There were a lot of dead bumblebees in it.
Jeez.
Yeah, they brought them on themselves. Exactly.
Yeah.
Blood feuds happen.
Yeah. Again, don't start nothing. Won't be nothing.
Won't be nothing. Yep. Like, listen, I was trying to get some crab, man. That's all.
Yep.
I would have left you alone, but you had to go sting me.
Oh, you coming at me? All right.
Yeah. Right. So. The gentle giant.
You may have a stinger, but I have opposable thumbs, bitch. What's up?
Yeah. Now he's lucky I didn't find they're lucky that I didn't come find them and just burn that whole bush down. But
yeah, exactly.
Had I been a bit older, that's definitely what older Nick would have done.
Kill your family.
Yeah.
Maybe burn the damn house down.
So it's funny. Because during high school, I was like middle school to high school. I used to play paintball as well, and so we had decent guns at the time, and we had these woods in the back of our neighborhood that had we kind of made our own sort of like little like paintball lot.
Mm-hmm.
But as we were trying to clear stuff out, we saw a pretty decent wasp nest.
Yep.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, well, we don't want to light the whole woods on fire because then that would be really bad. Because neighbors might see us, and then obviously we don't get blamed for that. But so we thought, well, we got guns, and there's about 12 of us here. So if we all just shoot them on the count of 3, I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. So we all were like, all right, ready? Count us down, Nick. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, that fucking wasp nest got obliterated. It was all sorts of fucking colors. That tree was fucking
Looked like a
dude.
clown threw up. Yep.
It was like green, red, blue, purple. All that shit was just all over the place. It was just like, oh my God, it got glossed. and then like the funny, because we had we obviously had like longer clothing on, and then we had masks on as well. So I'm like, it's almost like, what if we get stuck? I'm like, dude, we got jeans, and I'm like, unless it gets through it, but it's like we stand, we were like a decent distance too. I'm like, when we stand like 50 feet back, we're gonna be okay. So maybe we're at a good distance, and just and we waited for a bit, and there was a couple of them that kind of went back, and then we just kind of got closer, and the more close they are, we continued just to pelt them. So that was a lot of fun. That's what high school Nick was doing.
Yeah.
The blood feud will never end.
I
refuse to let that go.
Waylon brought up he had a wasp nest in his door mirror.
Jeez.
I had it was 4 years ago, 5. My youngest had her daughter, and so she's bringing her over, and she got stung by a wasp right near the door coming into the house. And I was like, all right, that shit ain't happening. First of all, child, okay, whatever, but grandchild was there. Nah, I'll burn this fucking house down before we get. And so I go like, I finally found them. They were behind the electrical panel for the main service feed. I mean, there's hardly any gap there, but they had built a nest in there, and they were coming out of that. And I was like, oh, that where you at? Okay, well, I'll solve that shit. I got out my weed burner, and that was the end of that.
Oh man. Exactly. The blood feud continues. I thought wasps were bad in Oklahoma. Alabama is way worse.
Oh yeah. Well, and you'll get yellow jackets in that area. Just like when I used to go visit family in Texas, there was a creek and bottoms behind the house, and they'd be like, "Don't go back there. we got yellow jackets. You don't want to, kick that open." And he's like, "You're right. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just leave that alone. That's fine."
Yeah, I'd say if there's any of them that I wouldn't screw with is probably those Japanese murder hornets. Probably wouldn't mess with those unless unless you can take them all out at once. I
mean, the biggest thing, they're just large, and then they go after bees and shit like that. Yellow jackets, I mean, they mob you, and they don't take turns like a movie. I mean, they give you the bum rush, and they will chase your ass.
Mm.
Yep.
And that's gonna water meter this summer too, and I tried to get my ass when I moved when I mowed. My God, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, once spring hits, I start doing, like weekly walk arounds of the house, checking the eaves and all that until about midsummer, because
that's what I always used to do too. You kind of just walk around in the summertime and just seeing if there's any new nests.
Yep. And if I see one flying, I'll start following them.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Yeah. Where do you call home?
I know you ain't no rogue wasp just kind of wandering around out here. Like you've got a place to go back to, so let me find it.
Every move you make, I'll be watching you.
Which is true, because I remember one time finding a little nest that was being built in a tree, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool."
Yep. Nope.
Stop. That's it. The black and white jackets sting like having
welding spatter. Yeah.
That is not fun. We got to spray once a month from like March to November.
Ooh.
That's a lot. I mean, that's one thing you can appreciate about the cold weather, right? It's the fact that it keeps them fuckers dead or.
Yeah, they'll fire up, springs. So like, May, I gotta go walk around, start walking around. Usually by July, anything that was gonna build a nest has already built it and it's done. That's true.
Zax, what about you? Any pesky wasps or hornets and the sorts up in Canadian land that you've ever had to deal with?
He has the kind that shits on the beach.
Oh man. I guess while we wait for more stories, Blue, what do you got going on this week?
So me and Jay in about 12 hours, we're gonna watch the Kevin Costner's The Postman.
Yeah. Okay, so you did that last week, but you couldn't, right? Yeah.
Life gets in the way, but yeah, well, especially having a snowstorm, it's good for business. I hate to say it, but and top
no,
like
for sure.
What your thing Christian is like hasn't snowed in like 2 months, and everyone's like, well, what's good experience? The best way for me to teach you how to drive in the snow is by actually driving in the snow. I fuck him. And McKee said, boy, you're driving for hours and hours, and we had a great time driving. Like it's he's got to learn somehow. So.
Man, I didn't have no adult teach me how to drive in the snow. You learn how to drive, and it's like, we'll figure it the fuck out.
Here are the keys. Don't crash the car. If you do, dial 911.
It's on my phone, just like, come on, drive. Let's see what else is it doing this week. I don't know. I forgot what's coming out this week. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I don't even know what movies are coming out this month.
Shit movies.
Yeah, nothing on my radar for this month that I'm aware of. Zach says we have squirrel nests. They keep my dog in shape.
Oh God, I got squirrels all over the place. Squirrels and rabbits.
Arizona for having nothing without stingers or stickers. Actually, both of them leave you alone. I had to learn how to drive on ice, driving across the country in a blizzard. Yeah, that'll teach you some good experience for sure. There.
I think it was probably the first time that I drove on the ice. I had a 71 Mustang and had a buddy riding shotgun and then another one in the back seat. And I'm driving slow because I was like, his traction is crap. Oh, by the way, I probably also have like bald tires and all that. But we were driving on a road that had a big ditch next to it. It was the dead end, and kind of the drainage for the town ran through the ditch there, right? And there's no fence. It's just ditch. And so I'm getting right to the area that I'm supposed to turn to go to my house. And I touched the brakes and immediately realized, oh, well, Sir Isaac Newton's in charge because I no longer have control over the vehicle. And we just start sliding towards that ditch. Sure. And I opened the door and I'm like, I'm getting out. My buddy's Zoom in the back seat's like, what the fuck am I going to do? And I was like, not my problem. And so we just kiss the dead end sign, and that's what stops us.
Oh shit!
I mean, it was the slowest wreck that was going to happen because we were doing like 2 miles an hour, but it didn't matter. It's still sliding. It's going to go where it goes, and you're going to eat a 10-foot drop into a ditch. And I was like, I'm not. I'm getting out.
I went straight through a blizzard in El Paso at 5 a.m. Craziest thing I've ever seen. Jeez. I saw a weird clip on X a couple of days ago, or sometime last week. I didn't even know where it was, but these two cars were, going in opposite directions, and it looked like it was like some sort of cliffside, and it was snowing, and then the one car just totally did not slow down on the turn and ended up like it was an SUV that hit another SUV. That knocked this SUV down the slope, and that one that hit him also went down the slope as well.
Yeah, he started rebounding and whee.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
We were coming back from South Dakota after Thanksgiving, and we hit Nebraska, and immediately it just starts snowing ludicrously, and so I'm putting along, and I got I can see behind me. I've got a row of 4x4s that are all annoyed at the speed I'm going. But I was driving a 2-wheel drive Suburban, and I was like, nope. I'm going to drive the speed that I'm good with because I got a bunch of kids and family in the truck. So they passed me, and my wife says, "Do you need to speed up?" And I was like, "Nope." Good news is, I bet we catch up to them in about 2 miles. And no shit, 2 miles later, they're all just scattered because they hit the ice and slid into the bar ditch on both sides or whatever. And I was like, "See you later." But when I finally got to the Kansas line, it had already snowed like 9 inches and was still just coming down. I mean, I couldn't see more than 10, 15 feet in front of me. I had to stop and like clear my windshield wipers because it would build up, snow so fast. And I'm driving what I think is the road because there's no indication and everything is level now because the bar ditches and the fields are all covered in snow, as is the road. And I'm just kind of driving by sense of smell. And then I realized behind me is a snowplow. And so I slow down. I'm like, "Pass me." Nope. He's following me so he can find where the road is.
Oh my God. That's clever.
We ended up in a town. I was driving through it and there was a highway patrolman. He stopped me and he was like, "No, you need to stop here." And I was like, "My brother in Christ, I've been driving this shit for 6 hours. I've been in it the whole time. I'm only like an hour and a half from home." And he goes, "You don't understand. There was a wreck about 15 miles ahead and they couldn't life watch because the helicopter couldn't fly. And so they had closed the road and we ended up having to stay the night in a high school with a bunch of other people." Hey, at least you weren't with Hunter S. Thompson, Wheeler.
That'd been a bit wild too.
I actually have a buddy who was picked up as a hitchhiker by Hunter.
Geez.
Yeah.
Yep. Obviously, I've never driven through the snow, but I've got my fair share of rainy driving sessions.
Oh, rain kills Californians. Yeah, when I was in the Bay Area, there was a 63 car pileup because it rained a bit,
which is wild. There were a couple times I think it was maybe back in like 2008 or 2009, I forget what it was, but there was a tropical storm was hitting us here in Florida, and it was kind of like already there, like on the coast or off the coast. And I was at my buddy's house. We were playing video games, and it was like late, and I totally just forgot about it. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I should go home." And I went to go walk outside, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Dude, Vinny, it's fucking pouring out here." He goes, "Dude, it's crazy." And he goes, "Oh yeah, that's right. Remember there's that tropical storm." And I was like, "Oh fuck, you're right." So I was like, "Yeah, can we turn the news on?" So, because it was like, again, we had phones, but so I think at that point I had like a flip phone or whatever it was, the Razor or whatever, and so like no internet. People. Yeah, it was just for calling and then like texting minorly at the time. But so we turned on the news, and it was like, it was like 45, 50 mile an hour winds I was driving through. And I'm like, I was the only car on the highway driving home, but I could definitely feel like my car moving. And I was like, "Oh, this is fucking crazy." Yeah, the wind outside my car, I was like, this is invigorating right now.
I got I was when I was in college. I was at a party, and it was
fun, Zach.
This hellacious storm came blowing in, and it was raining like mad. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna head home." And so it's like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm driving along, and there's a lot of water on the road because it was just coming down in buckets. It can't drain fast enough, and I was like, I don't feel like hydroplaning. And so I turned to go next to campus, and there's like these big hills on the right-hand side, and there's a guy ahead of me I can see is going a bit faster than he should, right? And I can kind of see I was like, "You're going to have some problems." And right at that time, this fucking wall of water came down one of the roads from those hills and just hit him in the side and slid him to the curb and flipped him. And I slowed down. I saw him getting out. I was like, all right, that's fine. And I just continued to put him down the road. I was like, nope, just don't hit me. I'm fine.
There was one time too. My same buddy, named Viddy. He had a Crown Vic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the two of us and two of our other friends. We were driving up see one of our other buddies over in Jensen Beach and on the East Coast, and he lived about maybe an hour away from us. And we're like chill over there for like the like the weekend, and just we would always like kind of just we were landing video games and all that kind of stuff, right? So staying up late and just drinking and everything like that. Anyway, we're driving, and again, it was like it wasn't a tropical storm or something like that, but it was like a pretty severe thunderstorm. I mean, it was bad. Like, I mean, the type of storm where you hear that lightning, or you see the lightning like just spider web out, and you hear the cracking of thunder, and like you feel it in your chest. Like that could have hit us. Like it was.
Just looks like you stared into a strobe light when it goes off, and you're like, well, that was close. Okay.
Yeah, like okay, well, I want to get into shelter now. But like I guess we'll see how well this Crown Vic does. But the wind's blowing, or the rain's going like sideways, and we see this car like maybe I don't know, maybe like 200, maybe a little bit more than that feet in front of us. Something happened. I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember seeing this car in the right lane drive off down I-95 and like into these trees. And my other buddy goes like, yo, should we help them? And my buddy was like, I'm not stopping the fucking car at all, but we are heading to Chuck's, and we are not stopping. I don't give a shit if you have to pee, or you better fucking pee in that cup you got. Like, like, I was like, dude, what do you want to do? Like, get out in the storm when we get electrocuted as well? It's like, I'm like, if hopefully they got a phone on them and they can, call 911, but otherwise, like, what are we supposed to do? Like,
yeah. What is your plan after we stop?
Right. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not saying to not be a good, citizen, but
yeah,
we can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a good plot for a horror film. Nick and his friends didn't come over, and they all died horribly.
Yeah.
I know what you did last summer, Nick.
Yeah. I tried to be courteous, and what happened? It got killed.
If only Nick would have pulled over.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Final Destination sitting there going, oh, they didn't pull over. Okay.
It wasn't part of
well, let's see what I do with the iron. Oh, shit.
Damn it. Being in New England, I've driven through all sorts of insane shit, and I've just knuckled through it. And yes, I'm assuming I'm a stubborn ass. Yep. Last blizzard I was and my dad made the executive decision that we aren't stopping or are stopping. We stopped and had a Waffle House the next morning. Good times. I mean, look, Waffle House is, they stay open. They stay up.
But it's to go in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
3 a.m. I mean, bring your armor. Gladiator times there. So
that's why they're always a go-to spot when hurricane season's here in Florida. Like,
yeah, if Waffle House is closed, what the fuck are you doing there?
Yeah, exactly. You look at the local Waffle House. They open, cool. All right, we have to worry about it. If you see those lights off,
it's too late. You should have left.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit. Well, I done burned my chance to get out of here, so now I just gotta stick through it. So, hello, Levitt. How are you, dear?
What's up, beloved?
Just as we're wrapping it up here. Waffle House, the American gladiatorial stadium.
True.
Pretty much, I mean,
the Waffle House manager comes up and gives a thumbs up or thumbs down after the combat decide the final.
I don't know if the Roman Empire would be proud of it, but we certainly are. So,
I mean, they wish they had waffles.
That's true. They definitely wish they had waffles. Yeah,
but
100%.
amazing. But they did have great white sharks.
Yeah. All right, Ridley.
Oh yeah, I'll just insult the entire.
The best part,
Roman Empire.
Ridley Scott was like, "Well, how do you know? Were you there?" I'm like, "Well,
Bro.
no, I wasn't Ridley, but neither were you."
I hate him for that. I mean, like I
Oh, don't worry, he's working on
the third one, right?
Gladiator 3.
Nobody hates Ridley as much as Ridley. Look at what he's done to himself.
Yeah, he just hates himself, is what we kind of just have to.
He's just speed running. Oh, you know all those great things I did? I'm gonna take a giant shit on everything.
See, Ridley's turned into Smeagol.
Half of him is telling him to make the movie. He's like, no.
He hates the franchise as much as he hates himself.
Gollum won the argument.
No, I mustn't make it.
Ridley's always, he's like, and then Gollum always wins the argument with Ridley.
Yeah. like you should be no, not its business. Shouldn't make the third film, Smeagol says.
You're a liar and a thief.
That's what we're saying to him. We hate you. We hate you, Ridley Scott.
We hate you, the gladiator.
All right.
He did win. That was awesome.
Yeah, even Russell Crowe roasted Gladiator too. Yeah.
I remember, the funny part, people said in hindsight, like the first Gladiator 2 script was stupid, like Gladiator
Extra pickle.
Him fighting in the afterlife. You know what? I would have preferred that over that shit. Fuck it. Have Gladiator fighting and have Maximus fighting in heaven at this point. It couldn't have been any worse.
Russell Crowe literally said, like, are you not entertained by Gladiator 2? And we're like, no, we're not entertained.
No, we don't think so.
How about no?
Yeah. Maximus has to go fight Kratos. There you
go. I'll watch it.
Fog, where you can barely see the road with the door open. Rain that turned 2 p.m. into midnight dark.
Yep.
And visibility was 6 feet. Dance the Subaru WRX through a conga line of highway plows.
Oh, I've been on 280 in heading into San Francisco when the fog got so bad that I could barely see the taillights of the guy directly in front of me, and he was only about 10 feet. And you're just like, I hope everybody knows where they're going, because all I'm doing is following taillights. If we all go off the cliff, we're going together. It's fine.
Yeah, fog is the most terrifying fucking thing in driving.
Yeah, I mean, people would be coming at you, right? And you would see the headlight about 20 feet before they actually passed you. It was just like light flash. Oh, shit.
Plus, I've seen too many fucking horror films. When I drive in the fog, I'm just waiting for something to pop out.
Maybe it's Hal Holbrook and, hey, if Adrian Barbeau's there, I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like once people are here for MegaCon, I feel like we're either going to go to something like that, IHOP, Denny's, Waffle House, late, depending on how late people stay out, of course. But I guess we'll
always look for the place that looks like it's just right on the ragged edge of being condemned, and cop cars are parked there.
Yeah,
because if cops are there, it's cheap, and if it looks like it's falling down, the food is good.
Yeah,
he's right.
100%.
Yeah, this was just one hot dog shack where it's like when in summertime, it's like you go get the deal. It's only cash only. They still won't take credit cards in 2026, and you can see like on the side, like you walk in there. Hey, I'll take like 10 dogs, and like the grease is like coming off the sides of the building.
That's just flavor.
Yeah, they give you a fucking bag, Nick. It's a plastic, it's a paper bag, and like the whole fucking car just smells like grease and hot dogs and burgers. You bite into that hot dog, and you're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever tasted in my life.
Yes. There was a Mongolian barbecue place near where I lived in California, and yeah, it was also suspiciously near condemning status, and there were always cop cars out there, and it was like $6 all you could eat, and they had lamb and everything. It was like, oh, here we go.
Good old hole in the walls. Police still won't take cash in 2026. Like, it's official then.
Yeah, no, this shit's all under the fucking table. It's fine. Let's go.
Yep.
The other place near me was Sarah's Kitchen, which was, it didn't look like it was condemned, but it was definitely on the pathway. But you went in, and it was 2 women from Philadelphia that decided to open a cheesesteak restaurant in Silicon Valley. And oh my God, did they make some great cheesesteaks?
Nice.
Sure, there you go.
Love a good cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Good one. What you got going on this week?
Oh, I got Blue tomorrow for The Postman, a flawed movie because Costner, but some really interesting ideas in that. And I mean, it is post-apocalypse, but trying to come out of it, and what does it take to come out of the apocalypse?
Mm-hmm.
And really deals with some pretty interesting themes there. Then sadly we'll be covering Primal season 3.
It's gotta get better, right?
Yeah, fuck off. It won't.
Listen, we're not coping that it's going to get better, especially for a shortened season this time around. And that
well, they should shorten it further.
Yeah, and then we'll be officially halfway at this point. So it's like, well, I mean, from what we know, tomorrow night or tomorrow's episode that we're discussing, episode 4, is a flashback. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know.
I'm having flashbacks.
Not the good ones, but
no,
unfortunately. So yeah, we'll be covering that, and then
Zax, I know you're not talking shit on Kevin Costner, motherfucker. I will cut your ass.
Damn, Waylon's just like, Costner sucks.
Friendship ended with Waylon.
It's cool listening to Jackson cover Field of Dreams, and so some people, what was it? What one of his co-hosts there, like, The Postman, that movie is so boring and long, and I'm like,
I mean, he ain't wrong about certain parts of it. It is boring and it's too long. It desperately needs an editor not named Kevin Costner, who cuts out a big chunk of that shit. But there's some good shit in there.
Yeah, I should be able to watch while I work. I'll listen to you guys.
It's a nice little
my entertainment.
It's a nice little 3-hour movie. So
yeah,
I'll be working. That's for sure. So
2.
Yeah,
good background noise for me.
He was on. I just subbed to a Roman of the Empire. I know he just had 600 subs, but they did the Hobbit, the cartoon Hobbit, was a really good stream.
Listen, Waylon, if man wants to enter a tornado to save no one,
look, he was doing it for us.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't want to be in this show. I've read their script. Go ahead and take me. Leave me. No, don't save me.
He's not bad in Yellowstone though. He's definitely the best parts of Yellowstone until he left, which then screws the whole show up. So his decision to leave Yellowstone was definitely the worst part.
Yeah, how's that Western trilogy that he was doing?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I tried to watch that first movie. I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, well, I went to. I was in a theater.
Unbelievably slow, dude.
I was in a theater and think I brought some whiskey.
Dude, I was like, I tried to watch it at home, and I was like, I am falling asleep here. This is terrible.
Yeah,
I couldn't get to it.
Interesting cuts in that film too. I'm just watching it like, okay, maybe part 2 is gonna fix some of the stuff. Maybe. Yeah.
Love it.
What?
Okay, Vex has already endorsed the Waterworld thing. This only further demonstrates why a certain amendment should be repealed.
He drinks his own pee. There's merit there, I guess.
Wait, doesn't Niat like Waterworld too, though?
No, but he had Vex doing the editing, and she fell in love with the fucking movie because of it.
That's right. Roman is great.
He is great.
Yeah.
Taylor Sheridan can only write one good season per show.
I mean, it seems to be going around.
I would say in Yellowstone, the first 3 seasons are good, and then 4 gets a bit wonky. 4 just starts where 4 is where it falls off, and then 5 is where he left. Right. So I would agree.
Don't worry, Paramount. Duffer Brothers coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big success.
Vex is Canadian. Yeah. Female and Canadian.
Yeah, and a woman.
Yep. Zax, what do you got going on this Wednesday? What's this Wednesday stream about? So I think for Wednesday for me,
I hope it's more Tard Rage about Fallout.
That was funny. I had to get all aggressive. It doesn't happen a lot, but I had to get aggressive.
Oh God, yeah, with the 40K, yeah, I was like, motherfucker, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, slacker Zach. He hasn't decided yet.
Damn. 2000 versus 2010.
Oh.
Yeah, are we now going to do? We're going to do the 2000s era face off?
Get the fuck out of here.
2000 to 2020. Let's see what happens. Although I'm pretty sure one of the earlier 2000 years would probably end up winning, though. I just don't know which exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's going to run out of steam pretty fucking quick.
Yeah,
40K.
Well, you could have kicked people off.
Put them in timeout. It's fine. So yeah. And then I'll probably be doing some game more Helldivers on Thursday since there's a new war bond that drops, and we're actually getting a sledgehammer that has an explosive option on it. And someone was saying if you wear a jetpack with the hammer, you're basically a space marine that is using the jetpack with the sledgehammer. So I'm like, well, we're kind of getting Space Marine in Helldivers without actually getting Space Marine in Helldivers. So I'm like, I need to test this out.
You're getting Thor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of Helldivers, so they're bringing back Starship Troopers. It's supposed to be, a spiritual successor remake. Casper Van Dien. I forgot who's directing it, but
we'll see. Up. That's probably going to end up being a total disaster. But
yeah, that's exactly what I wanted Starship Troopers made today.
Yeah, they're doing it. But they're going to destroy everything about that.
Oh my God, the fascisms.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They'll actually deliver on what Verhoeven was trying to do, but accidentally fucked up and made a good movie.
Right.
So apparently, it's actually by the guy who did District 9, Neil Blomkamp, and he said they're supposed to be more closer to the book than yeah.
Wait, Neil Blomkamp's doing this?
Yeah. So I guess he said. So I guess
wow.
I know the first one was actually based on 1959 novel.
Yeah, it's Heinlein.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Verhoeven didn't read it either. He had somebody summarize it, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna dunk on it," and then accidentally made a movie that embraced everything that
makes a cult classic.
Yeah. It was like, you know what? I'm kind of liking their ideas.
That then spawns more
he's
satire.
Like the Hugo Boss of Starship Troopers.
Yeah. Apparently, he's also writing too. So he's writing and directing it. I mean, if anybody could do it, I'd hope Neil, because we always say
because the last thing he's done.
Look it up.
That robot movie. Oh God, came out like 2015. I want to say it was, or 2014.
Chappie?
Chappie, yes.
He did Gran Turismo actually.
Yeah, I know, but that was, and then he does District 9. Then,
Chappie, Elysium. Raqqa was
Elysium was shit.
Yeah, Elysium was not good. That's with Matt Damon, right?
Matt Damon.
Damon. Yeah.
And he really hasn't done much since then. So
so you know what? I don't have a lot of fucking faith in him because
he made one good movie.
That was with Gran Turismo had David Harbour, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It also wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, no, obviously District 9 is definitely his best work.
It's funny how a lot of people have one good movie and then not so much. Alex Garland.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. Well, he had one trick. That's the problem.
Yeah. For one movie, and I was like, okay.
Alex Garland just got lazier and lazier as he kept going. Especially when it's his ideas that he's adapting.
He was signed on to make Alien 5, but I guess he got fucked up.
Yep.
But,
that was quite a while.
Yep. And I don't know, and the reason why I wanted to see his Alien rendition is just because if that was going to be his niche and that was something that he was very good at doing, then okay. but since we never got that, we're still we're still basing things off of District 9, saying that, oh, this is his best movie. This is what's going to,
How many years
allow
ago
him
has
to
that
do
been?
other good things, right?
2014. Actually, no, sorry. District 9 was 2009.
2009.
I was gonna say no. It's before the teens. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So he had a good movie 17 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I like Chappie.
Is this his return?
I said good
return
movie,
to
not
fame?
you liked it.
Yeah, hasn't done anything else.
Chappie I remember Chappie being mid, because I do remember when again, like I was working at Apple at the time, and a lot of people were talking movies, and a good group of us, of course, we all talked like Game of Thrones and all that kind of stuff too. So there was a lot of chatter about a lot of entertainment. This was sort of like before, podcasts. Like one of the there's a couple of people at our place that they had a podcast. The three of them did, but so we always talk about it, and that was one of the things that kind of came up where it was like, oh my god, District 9 was such a good movie, blah blah blah. Yeah, and that was when Neil Blomkamp also did that little short cut of Halo, right? Because that was also rumored he was going to make a Halo movie, and I'm like, yes, please, and that never happened either.
No, John Halo, Master Cheeks.
Yeah, we got Master Cheeks instead, right?
Oh boy.
But the interesting thing too, when Chappie came out, and I remember seeing it with a couple of people, and I was just like, guys, this was mid. Now we call it mid. I remember just saying like this was like a 5 or 6 out of 10 to me. Like this is not.
It had Hugh Jackman
up to form.
Yeah, I remember seeing it going. I think I saw this movie. It was called Robot Jocks.
Yeah, but even though, but even then, like I'm me being a huge Hugh Jackman fan, it was just still like the movie was just sort of lackluster. That was also like I remember too. Not to go on a tangent here, but the group, it was the same group of people that we saw Prometheus with, and we had after the movie was over, we had a 4-hour conversation in the parking lot in City Walk in Universal Studios after the movie came out, opening night, talking about how it destroyed the franchise, and Ridley Scott didn't know what he was doing back in 2012, right? Was that? Get my years messed up.
Which one was?
Prometheus was
15.
Was it, or was
14?
it? Was that? In the
It's
teens,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, 2012.
What
12.
was it?
12.
Okay, I thought it was 12. Okay. But yeah, like that was another one where it was just like the conversations and the deciding the arguments were just back and forth, and we're going through the whole movie. It was so fresh too because we just saw it and it was just like, no, like this Ridley Scott doesn't know what he's doing. I'm like, what about this? It's just, why would you include this? So yeah,
Yeah, I was in that in film. That's why when the credits began to roll, I just shouted in the theater while erecting my middle finger, "Fuck you, Ridley."
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Game of Thrones is not the discussion to have tonight.
Prometheus it's still no alien Earth. But...
it wishes it could be, but
I mean, it didn't even have tentacles.
Yeah.
No. The show is just mystery boxes with no endings. Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
All of George's works.
Yeah, should have killed Gandalf too, and then not bring him back. But hey, what is G.R.R. Martin know that J.R.R. Tolkien doesn't?
Well, it's easy. He just made the opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that George is he's I'm gonna be edgy and do the opposite of J.R.R. Tolkien. I was like, yeah, you're right. J.R.R. Tolkien actually finished his work, bitch.
I was gonna say at least one of them finished their works and had a lot that could be picked up.
George is the kind of person that likes the idea of being a writer less than the actual being the writer. Finishing your shit.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Winds of Winter, he's I think he's put too much thought into it. He's actually overwriting, because I think one of the posts that he uploaded on his blog, maybe that was maybe sometime last year, maybe it was 24 as well. I don't remember. And I'm not going to look it up right now either, but he was saying how he passed like 1,400 pages, and I'm like, dude, release the fucking book.
That motherfucker ain't wrote shit. Stop it. He is.
I know, but that's
he
what he's just saying. But
nothing.
But the idea of him saying that he's written 1,400 pages and it's still not finished, and it's like, dude, you still have another book that is supposed to complete the saga of the Song of Fire.
It doesn't matter. He's not gonna finish the egg and dunk shit. He's like, he doesn't finish, because that's the hard part of writing, is to actually come up with a resolution. He doesn't. He's not interested in that. He likes the idea of being, look, I'm making a thing and people like it. When you have to resolve that shit, that means you had to make the hard decisions from the get-go, and you didn't do that because you just want to have the fame of I am writer guy that everybody loves. And that's why he's busy being butthurt now.
Yeah. And despite like him saying, "Oh, you know, the book endings are going to be different than like the show," so you know, I'm just trying to, you know, I got to do this show, and I got to.
Right. The show actually exists, unlike endings.
That's true. The tears are real.
See, you know what's pretty bad? It's this guy here, Robert Jordan, who did Wheel of Time. You know, he was dying on his deathbed and handing off to Brandon Sanderson, his wife, and like, this is how my saga is going to end after I die. And like, and this is the guy died and still finished more fucking books than
George Martin. What the fuck he was writing to begin with and knew how it was going to end.
Yeah. He had a huge game plan, because
he was what we call a writer.
Oh yeah. The Wheel of Time in terms of the prequel, yeah. So it was total was a 14.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. Which again, you think about it. Guy had a plan for 14 novels.
And top of two, I mean, the first one, The Eye of the World, is what fuck. This is like 700 pages. You start getting some later books. Later books are like fucking 900, 1,000 fucking pages. He was putting them out every fucking 2 years until his death. Like every 2 years, 1,000 fucking page book. Like that's dedication, and that's also
that's because he was an actual writer.
Yeah,
not. I want to be seen as writer without actually doing the hard writer parts of being a writer.
Right. And it's not even just like, I'm going to just pump out a bunch of content, like Stephen King does with, books that are fucking, half-assed and terrible, but somehow still get, New York bestsellers somehow. But
it's because his name, I recognize the name. I like the name.
Yeah.
Also, like too, I've seen several interviews with Robert Jordan when he was still alive. Give so much credit to Tolkien and respect, and like if it wasn't for Tolkien, the Wheel of Time series would never existed. He actually paid homage to this guy.
I remember him saying that, and that was one of the things that made me want to start reading his novels, because I never have, but it's always something that I've wanted to do. So because like I remember getting, when I first discovered Song of Fire and Ice. In high school, going to a Barnes and Nobles because a buddy of mine worked there. It was junior or senior year, and so we go and get free shit because he worked at the cafe. But like, we'd go in there and read books, manga, and I remember us, because one of my buddies like a big was it R.A. Salvatore fan. And I remember we were just kind of going through the science fiction, fantasy fiction, rows, and then seeing, what is the Song of Fire and Ice, and then like reading the first book, and now we were just like, oh my god, this is fantastic, and then just, kind of being hyped, once in 2011, and then the show gets announced, and it's like, oh my god, this is, going to be great, but the show outpaced the books, and so that was one of the things I always. Was worrying about as I'm getting to all these ideas or theories that obviously never came into fruition and were complete bullshit. But
I often think that Tolkien was the worst thing that happened to fantasy. Not through anything he did, but because so many publishers went, oh, I want that thing, right? That's what the success looks like. Do that. And so you had a shit ton of writers and publishers that were like, yeah, do the basic, ideas of Tolkien. Yeah. Put it in a different dress, but it's going to be the same fucking, thing, internally, and the magic systems and all that shit just gets fucking replicated to hell and back. The idea of the elves and orcs and all that shit, it caused, because of its success, it caused the fantasy genre to stagnate for a long time. And then you get ass clowns like Martin, who decides, I'm gonna be the edgy deconstructionist postmodern J.R.R. Tolkien. I was like, bitch, you still just you're singing, J.R.R. Tolkien's the one that's playing the music. You just dancing to it.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I mean, it is quite strange. Again, I think the idea of wanting the inspiration that he inspired, obviously even
well, he gave a lot of people template. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No, do your own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, I always enjoyed reading his letters to people, and especially how they tried to adapt and had the idea of making his books into films. And just like, people think that when we critique a film, and again, not that these films or these books that are trying to be made into films, that we're harsh. When you see and read some of the things that Tolkien has said to people that are like, oh, hey, like, J.R.R. Tolkien, here's a idea of what I would want to do for Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, and then like when he responds back, and just the way he is so articulate in professional, and just how he just utterly destroys them with his words, and it's just I'm trying to think of the one off the top of my head. I don't remember what number it was, but I'll try and find it real quick. But I'll never forget reading it, and I'm like, dude, if he were alive today, and that's what people like when we joke around, like, oh, if Tolkien saw Rings of Power, he'd be rolling his grave. Like, no, he would see all the shit that's happening. Yeah, that's actually the first deciding factors. Rings of Power would never be made. He's like, oh, selling the rights? Nope. They die with me, and that's it. Like, so. But
I think the interesting thing is in much the same way that Tolkien saw that adapting the book involves compromises that will cheapen it for those who haven't read the book, right? They'll draw from it a different, lesser experience. So all the praise that we give Jackson or whatever is like, yeah, it means a lot more if you actually read the books first. You can like the movies and all that, but understand that the books are different.
Yep.
And I think that there's a lot of people who haven't read them or whatever, and they're like, no, I love movie made of things that I like, right? And I was like, yeah, I can't wait for this trend of turning video games into movies to continue, and they start to visit the things that you loved, and realizing that adapting games, a thing that you actually have agency and control over, turning it into a passive story, you'll realize how different those mediums are and how it cheapens the experience that you would have had playing the game versus the movie. In the same way that reading the book involves so much inner monologue and introspection that's going on with you versus and visualizing what's going on in the book versus thing they put on screen. It's just never going to match up, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Let's see, what letter is it?
I will say, if they attempt to adapt BioShock, there will be some unfortunate arson that occurs at whatever studio decides to do that.
Let's
see. Okay. Okay, so I know what letter it is. So let's see if I could pull it up. Yeah, and I think the idea was that people were saying that Tolkien was anti-film, but it's not. Let's see here. Letters of Tolkien.
Well, it's like saying that because he was against making a musical of Lord of the Rings means he was anti-music. No, it's a different thing. He's just saying,
yeah,
this ain't for that.
Okay, so here's the summary. So Tolkien had been sent the script of Morton Grady Zimmerman's proposed film of Lord of the Rings, and Tolkien wrote a lengthy reply on it. First, he apologized that he may sound irritated or aggrieved, but that was because he felt the story was handled carelessly and sometimes even recklessly. The story had basically been reduced to fights and magic, and the ring bearer's final part had been murdered. The references were by page number of the script that Zimmerman, simply called Z in the commentary, sent him. Page 2, fireworks and Gandalf. There were flags and hobbits included in the fireworks, and Gandalf was to be sputtering. Tolkien disapproved this. There's the parts with the eagles. The eagles, Z, according to Tolkien, completely misunderstood the eagles, and by letting one named Radagast. So he changed one of the eagles to Radagast. Shows up in the Shire. He more or less ruined the surprise of Gandalf's escape from Orthanc. Z anticipated future events, which Tolkien thought was not good for the story. Tolkien also mentioned the timeline of the film, which was heavily contracted and did not take the seasons into account. Starting in autumn through winter, ending in spring. In Z's mind, a snowstorm would have had to take place in summer, despite being a fairy story. Miles are miles, days are days, and weather is weather. Tom Bombadil was portrayed as the owner of the woods, and his language was sillified. So it was Goldberry. She would have been better off if she were omitted. Basically, there are tons of pages that, I guess Tolkien didn't even bother to give a detailed reply to this, and it was totally unacceptable to me as a whole. And in detail, it simply tidied things up.
Yeah, I'd say though that Tolkien would have sent the same fucking letter to Peter Jackson.
But so and again, that's my point, is where he says the treatment has some clever points, but in general it is careless. I do not think that this on Z misunderstanding the story, I do not think that even the best possible film could ever equal it, because they don't understand the story. And I 100% agree to that. I really do.
Now the flip side of that is everybody going to go and burn their Lord of the Rings trilogy steel case sets and all that stuff because Tolkien would have said, "Nah, bro, that ain't it."
No, I think that's where
that's also why I don't want to have fans and people too close to the original material actually making shit. I want people that appreciate it or professional and can look at it and go, okay, what are the major themes going on with this and all that, right? But I love that. I can't stand the comic fans who go, if you just adapt the comics, I was like, would you like me to get some comics out that are going to fucking embarrass that character and make him look like a fucking clown, but you glossed over it because either you didn't read it or you read it and went, nah, it's just one of those off things, right? Or again, it's the lore. Which lore? Because there's no canonical lore for any of these fucking comic book characters. They were created and they were made weekly and shit changed multiple times. Like Batman is my favorite one to point out to. Batman starts out, no, his parents weren't killed. He's not out for justice. Mm-hmm. He's a millionaire playboy who's bored and kills people and carries guns because he's the Shadow, except legally distinct because DC wanted the Shadow, which was a much bigger property at the time, right? And then he changes. How about 60s? You want because I'll say the most lore accurate Batman was 60s Batman TV series and movie because it absolutely matched the comics of that era because it was under the comics code. and everything was, oh, we can't have the bad guys get away, but we can't have real violence or anything like that or whatever. Everybody suddenly goes, oh, but this is the lore. And I was like, you mean when you were a kid and you read it? Because what happens to the fans that were there before?
Mm-hmm.
What happens to people who are completionists and read it all and understand how many times it's changed?
Yeah.
And even I'm like not that old, but I still remember the days of like Superman. You remember like, faster than a locomotive.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings. Not fly, motherfucker. Leap tall buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Action Comics, it had Superman just holding up a car. That was it.
Yeah,
he wasn't like picking up like planets with his pinky. Like,
yeah, making the Earth turn backwards and changing time.
Yeah, Jay is right. I mean, I see all the time people talk about, they're adapting, they're changing. Like, well, yeah, which era though? The 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? Because there's all different eras of these characters.
Yeah, you want to start in the 30s?
Depending on
for some of these, Batman and Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, some of these things.
Where's Batman's 45s? You want to know what happened to the real Joker? Batman killed him.
This is funny. Treebeard, on Treebeard, Z must not have liked trees as much as Tolkien did. However, they played an important role. However, Z completely failed to explain what Ents really were. How do you fucking not explain what Ents really are?
I mean, Jackson's movie doesn't. They make those fucking decisions in a day. That's not how it goes in the books.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like in the
time
movie,
gets compressed a lot.
Where's
Tom Bombadil?
Well, he's in
I know.
He's in Rings of Power.
Yeah, he is.
Exactly.
Boy.
Yeah, him and I Am Good. They hook up and then they realize he's a grand elf.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like it's just the way what he says is obviously like, I mean, his response to Z is just surgical critique, and obviously he's being very professional about it. And I think again, like there's two things that he says as well. On imposed cinematic changes, he says the canons of narrative in any medium cannot be wholly different. And then on distortion of tone, it would be destructive of the book, and I object strongly.
Yeah. What? So the canonical stuff, you again, if you're going to go with especially something like a short book series, and 3 books really isn't a big book series these days.
Yeah.
If you look at it and go, okay, well, that's self-contained. It says what it's going to say, and everything was put there with intent. It wasn't just, I had a spurg and decided to shit this out, and that's what it is. But I could change it to something else. Which, by the way, he does with The Hobbit. He retroactively changes The Hobbit after he writes Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. But this is what it is. Okay, well then you need to be accurate to that. Right. The lore. You can't make shit up, because if you do, you run a real risk of tripping over what was actually established, right? As Rings of Power is so amply demonstrating. Yes. But can you capture, the every experiences in the book? No. That's why it's an adaptation. So what you have to do is go, I have to understand the main themes, and I have to understand what the essential messages are. Even if Tolkien was especially autistic about, but I need to have this thing. It was like, no, you don't. The story still stands without that thing. That you believe that there's a subtext that goes, that you may be gilding the lily. You may be doing something, it's repetitive and it doesn't need to be shown. Or it's internal monologue. I mean, again, I read Silence of the Lambs before the movie came out, before they announced a movie. And when they announced it, I was like, ooh, not sure how the fuck you're going to adapt that, because there's a lot of internal monologue, and it really is important to the characters or whatever. When I saw the movie, I was like, okay, this is different, but it still gets the general point across. right?
Yeah.
And you have to understand the compromises you have to make with that. But that's why if Tolkien were alive, you would never have a movie. Never.
Yep. Yeah, there's literally a line.
Yeah. He lost his shit with the BBC radio adaptation.
Yeah, there's a line that it's like he's refusing to compromise, and he literally says to Zimmerman, "I would rather have no film than a film so mutilated."
Yeah.
And I do recall his son Christopher Tolkien was still alive when the trilogy came out, and even he
had problems.
Had problems with it. Yeah. And it's like, well, this is Tolkien's son, who knows a thing or two because, I don't know, he kind of helped finish the Silmarillion and
shame about his grandson.
Works. Yeah, well, intelligence skips a generation sometimes,
well,
right? So
no family wealth survives the third generation.
Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, that right there is the fact. Again, I do believe that if Tolkien was alive right now, or alive when the trilogy came out, I think he would have given some.
I think he would have given guidance that would have made the movies impossible to make.
I was going to say, I wouldn't even say praise, right? Guidance.
If he had to sign off on the movies never would have been made because they would have ran for 80 hours. It would have had everything in there, all the things, and it would have lingered on things autistically and all that. You just never would have made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as so many times Jay has said, the thing is books and visual movies, TV shows, it's different mediums.
Yep.
And also,
as the industry is going to find out with all these video game adaptations.
And that's what I said too. And my friend Carlton got me into the Wheel of Time series. There's certain books in the series where I'm like, hey, I love Robert Jordan, but often, I'll read 5-6 pages talking about a carpet. I'm like, love you, dude, but sometimes there's certain books are 1,000 pages. Probably could shave off a good 200 and not be missing nothing. So,
well, we'll never know the truth, but I think we have a good idea of what would happen. So, that being said,
let's get the hell out of here. We got to go to the postman.
Yep. Well, guys, we're gonna right into Cindy. I know she starts streaming here momentarily. So, say what's up to her for me. I'm going to get ready for bed here and see you all tomorrow for Primal Season 3, Episode 4. Should be an interesting one. And
will it?
Maybe
that would be a marked change.
Yeah, we shall see. So, good to see everyone. Appreciate you guys being here and sticking to the end and hearing total Tolkien rant. And writer rant, I guess you could say. So maybe I'll just clip this out for a whole video. I don't know. We'll see.
This week on Old Men Yell at Clouds.
Yeah. old guys critique shit writers. Mm-hmm. We shall see. There is a tempest in me, as Gemma says. So Gemma, Zax, Kojo, Molly, love it. Thank you so much for sticking around, and whoever else is lurking. Appreciate you guys if you're just listening too. Excellent, Kojo. Hope you have a wonderful night. Be safe out there. Stay warm, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And I'm gonna edit this out and just cut it into a different video. So, Prophetic, good to see you, buddy.
We're just gonna do an hour of the cheerleaders doing their thing.
Oh, you're
I'll put them in the background. Draconis, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Cheers. Have a good night. What's that?
I said you see open bar has the drinkers chasers and that one section.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what I need. So we'll play this and we'll just dip out.